Hi, everybody.
Welcome to the Barrel Roll Post-Credit Show for June 8th.
Where we talk about games we played, movies we watched, and other sort of nerd junk we've done.
And puppies.
And there's some puppies.
Sometimes there's puppies.
Technical difficulties, 1 and 2.
Technical difficulties. Technical puppies. Technically, yes, they are puppies.
Technically, they are puppies. I'm Nick.
I'm Tony.
I'm Chris.
Welcome to the Big Shoe.
Welcome to the
Big show.
The shoe.
Big Shoe.
Welcome to the shoe.
Welcome to the Shoe. I can start. I didn't do anything this week, really.
Nintendo World Championship Tournament, guys.
That's live right now. I think they're doing Splatoon and
Smash Bros.
I
and
thought they were doing Mario Maker too.
Mario Maker 2. And Mario Maker 2
Oh,
Invitational.
yeah, that was a weird story. Mario Maker 2, you can play online, right?
Yeah,
but you
sure.
cannot play with friends.
Why are you playing online?
You cannot play online with friends.
Interesting.
Like doing the 4-player co-op stuff.
Yep.
You cannot play online with friends. Why am I paying for online if I can't play with friends?
Because then you could plan and strategize.
Because you want.
I don't understand why that's not in there.
Because you want to get in the online now.
So you can play Tetris 99.
No.
Or you can play the old Nintendo.
Or I can
games.
wait until November 15th.
And play the old Nintendo games. Get them out of the way now, so you don't have to worry about them.
I don't want to.
Play the old.
I don't want to.
Play the old Legend of Zelda.
I would have played. I have that on my 3DS.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's
where
more
my,
than that.
I don't know where my 3DS
My
is.
3DS sits next to me. It's on my nightstand. So if I want to
I'm
play,
saying there's more than that.
I don't know where my 3DS is.
I-
Either way,
anyway,
what have you been up to, Tony?
I watched
I'm sure.
Aladdin.
Excellent.
That movie is awesome.
Yeah.
Like the music is amazing. The colors are great.
I would
They did very well and very right by that story.
I would assume by what I've heard from reviews that if you liked the cartoon, you're probably gonna like the
I loved
Movie.
the original movie.
because there's not
it's
much of a difference.
Aladdin. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So if you want to count that as a negative,
I'm not.
sure.
No, I'm not saying it's a
Then
negative.
no,
if
it's
you
just-
liked
it's
it
a con.
originally,
Pieces.
It's
you're
one-
probably
if you
gonna
think
like
it is a con, it is. Yes, it is very, very much a beat by beat of the original story.
I would think so.
There is subtle changes here and there to some story plots, and that's fine. That makes sense for a 2019 film.
See,
There are things that they can't do anymore.
I would think that would be a concern going into Lion King, then, because Lion King was such a good movie. Why would you change that movie?
I'm not sure.
And if
But,
people have an issue with it,
Aladdin is easily in my top 3 Disney films, and they did very well with this remake.
what about the singing? Though?
The singing is amazing. Will Smith does right by the genie. He does not do Robin Williams. And I think he recognizes that, but he makes that role his own. It is so unique and so fun.
Seen
to
from
watch
the
him.
interviews, I get that from Will Smith, where he went, I have to do my own thing
Yes,
and
he
all
did
of that jazz, but then every trailer they've subsequently shown has been like,
Don't
we're
go.
just repeating all of the stuff that Robin Williams did.
It is.
Which
it is.
there's
It's,
nothing wrong
There's
with
nothing
that.
wrong with that, but it's so much more than that. It is so much more. Even like the actors that do Aladdin and Jasmine, they do a great job on their solo pieces.
I've heard
It
the
is
Pink
so-
Ranger does really, really well at transforming Jasmine.
She does have.
Transforming her or more fleshing her character out?
Fleshing the
They
character,
flesh
bringing
ev-
her to 2019.
It's not even just fleshing her character out, but
Yeah.
they flesh Aladdin's character out. They even give more to the genie, more than just being the genie. He actually has like a story arc for himself, which is awesome. They add more to his role, and yeah, like even the song pieces are really really good. Like it's
New songs?
They've one new song is split into 2 parts. It's like an intro and like a reprise or something, reprieve or something. So they split. It's one new song.
reprise
Later on. So and it's sung by Jasmine.
Okay.
So it is, and even the title of the song is a reference to something that happens in the original cartoon, which it's super cool. But yeah, like Aladdin, my wife and I watched. We were floored by how fun this movie was. Like we were like on the edge of our seats, just like laughing and singing, and just like that's this movie. Like they do a good job, and a lot of people are saying like there's too much songs, but I'm like that's
But that's what Aladdin.
that's Aladdin though. Like
That's,
you can't.
that's Disney.
That's
Aladdin.
also Disney.
Yeah.
Like you can't not do
Like, I mean,
songs.
I think Jungle Book did a great job of taking kind of a couple songs and just
Yep.
more of a story.
Yeah, they did the
And I
numbers.
kind
But
of,
I think
but I
the-
think Aladdin had more.
With Aladdin though, there's already so
songs.
much story in there that it's
You
just
had
it's,
you were catchy and you remember. And
Oh yeah, because the Jungle Book, they picked the 2 songs that were decent and went with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone did a side-by-side video comparison of the Friend Like Me from
Yeah.
the original Robin Williams cartoon to Will Smith's version, and yeah, it is more or less piece by like scene by scene. It's the same song, but it's done with Will Smith's flair. It's done with his personality, his character that he adds to that song.
See, and I think that's where the trailers are really letting this movie down, because everything
don't-
I've seen trailer-wise, it's been like, okay.
Honestly, I don't believe the trailers. Like we love this. Like full endorsement. This movie's freaking cool.
Unfortunately, it's already been panned by our household. It will be a rental when it comes out.
You're gonna be
You're gonna get a
disappointed.
digital copy. Of
You're gonna be disappointed
You know
because
you're
I think
gonna get
this
a
is
digital
a
copy
theater
of it.
movie. You definitely need to see this movie in the theater to get the spectacle, the show-stopping scenes from like Prince Ali,
I've fallen
even-
so far behind on
and even with
movie theater
even with
stuff.
A Whole New World. That piece was changed a little bit to make it a little more sense with what is presented in the movie. Because in the original cartoon, it's like, oh, they go to France, they go to China, they go to all these
Yeah,
places, and yeah, they do. They go. Don't they see the Eiffel Tower?
Greece.
They don't go to
Oh no, they go to
France.
Greece.
They go to Greece.
Yeah, they go to
They
Greece.
go to the
That's
pyramids.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
to see the pyramids.
yeah, that was like the thing. It was like in the cartoon, it makes a little bit of sense there, but it's framed a little bit differently in this movie, along with like Jasmine's backstory and her character that they want to build for her, and it is so much more interesting and more unique to, like as an audience. It makes a lot more sense. Like this movie is amazing. It's stellar.
That's good.
Like I can't praise it enough. It's really good, guys. Aladdin's real fun.
That is good.
I had like 5 movies I wanted to go see.
I was like we were smiling, we were laughing, we were singing. Like I don't get that often with these. We're comparing it to Beauty and the Beast, where we were like, what changed? What? They've one remake that was.
I liked Beauty and the
Yeah,
Beast.
we like Beauty and the Beast.
We didn't like Beauty and the Beast. We didn't like Beauty and the Beast, but we love
liked
freaking
it.
Aladdin.
Me too.
We didn't like hate Beauty and the Beast, but we were just like it's.
Oh no,
It's
that one
there.
That one plays almost weekly at our house.
No. I think Aladdin exceeds Beauty and the Beast, like hands down, and so which gives me hope for Lion King because I'm very pessimistic about Lion King at the moment. But if they do,
See, and I
If they
wasn't
treat-
worried about Lion King.
if they
Well,
treat
but
Aladdin
it-
the way they treated
That's
Aladdin
where my thing was.
with Lion King, I will be on board with Lion King.
That's where my thing was. If there people are complaining at how similar the cartoon was to,
But if
for Aladdin, then you're gonna have an issue with Lion King because
if it's
really,
not broken, don't fix it.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
I'm not a reviewer.
Yeah, we are.
We don't do reviews anymore.
We're verbal
We're doing
reviews.
it right now.
What stars do you give it out of 20?
Oh, we've never starred. We're not a starring site. We either say go watch it or don't.
My recommendation is go watch this.
Yeah,
I
that
want
was
to.
all.
Like
There's
this
only
movie.
5 movies
and
here.
if you
I was gonna say there's 8,000 movies in front of this one for me. Still,
I still gotta see
No,
Detective Pikachu.
yeah. John Wick, I gotta
Oh,
see.
Done. I'm
see,
not
we
talking
did
about
Detective Pikachu right away. we
Godzilla.
Secret Life of Pets is ahead of that one for
That's
our household.
Godzilla.
that's second after for us. The Secret Life of Pets looks
Yeah.
like
Which-
a lot of fun.
I've heard Godzilla does not do what you say or you didn't want it to do.
What
It's
was
not
wanted to do?
It's, humans are like a back thing. It's
Oh, good.
totally about the fight.
Oh, good.
Because that's what it should be. When
That's
you,
when you think
when,
of Godzilla
When you
movie.
advertise a monster fight movie, I better get a monster
That's what makes
fight.
it. That's what makes
followed
Pacific.
it.
Good.
That's what makes Pacific Rim so
They
good.
AVP 2'd it.
Sure.
That's what makes Pacific Rim so much fun. Is because it's giant robots fighting giant monsters. That's all I need to know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, go. So many bloody movies.
No,
There's
Aladdin
another
is
one of those.
definitely make time for it.
Oh,
If-
Brightburn.
if-
That's
if-
what it was.
Oh yeah, Brightburn looks like a lot of fun.
Brightburn looks fun.
I want to see Brightburn.
Anyways, that's
I need to do like a triple feature day.
All right.
that's just my glowing recommendation. I think it's Aladdin's. You cannot go wrong.
That's good.
If you go in, because I was weird. I was going with really high expectations already, and then I was reading all these people with like these mediocre and okay reviews of Aladdin. And I was like, well, I will.
I was in the camp if I wanted to see it anyways.
It's
I don't care what the reviewers say.
It's so good.
I
It's so
did,
good.
yeah.
And I pushed all this aside. And I'm glad I did because I had a great time.
Like I say,
I still want to see X-Men.
see what
No matter what the
I gotta-
reviewers say.
I honestly have to see the train wreck now for that one.
And fun fact: there is a train wreck in the movie.
I've already read all the spoilers to that film.
I feel like I should read them because I have no
No, I'm
interest
not going to
in.
read it. But even before the reviews came out, I still want to see Dark Phoenix.
I
So
don't want to see.
I don't want to see New Mutants.
I want to see New Mutants more than Dark Phoenix.
I can't wait for Lion King.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if Disney is taking this approach with Aladdin
Well, because
into Lion
Well, but
King,
the fact that
if you
it's
go though by their cartoons and how good they were, I would seriously put Aladdin and Lion King probably up there.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
They're probably two of their best.
And again, like my only
I know
concern
it's
with
a debate, but that's like a Marvel debate. We can't.
Oh, I
really...
know. There's no.
my only concern with Lion King was talking animals freak me the
I think
F
we're
out.
good.
Oh no, I'm fine with that. John
I
Favreau
just-
has already nailed that one. I'm fine
So-
with that. And my other piece was John Favreau is he did take those Jungle Book songs and adapted them
Made-
for those people. So that means I'm gonna get Donald Glover and Beyonce singing some of those songs.
Can you feel the love
R&B,
tonight?
Pop.
Well, yeah, like we're gonna get a flippin' good mixture of tunes, which is why I know they took out Scars because Scars song's not in the Be Prepared is not in the thing
I
because
want
Really?
that in there.
Why is it not in there?
Probably
they're moving.
It's probably too Nazi-ish.
Who knows?
Oh, I guess. I
Because
can
if
see
you watch
scene.
that video,
yeah,
it's a
they're
whole
totally
bunch of
they're
hyenas
marching.
walking.
They're
and-
marching.
Yeah, but you could change the animation style to the song. I think they took it out because who's playing Scar again?
The guy who played the bad guy or Mordu
in Doctor Strange.
So if he can't sing,
Chubb.
I don't think that Chad. No.
Starts with a C.
Yes.
You were thinking Chad Bro?
No.
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 It's a. I can't say the name. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Either way, if he can't sing, I don't think
Chihuahua?
John Favreau wants him
I'm gonna
singing.
try.
Don't worry about it.
So in other words, give Beyonce another tune to like again throw a fresh
Even
song
Donald
into
Glover.
the
Even
mix.
Donald Glover.
I think they're giving it to Beyonce because
Do you think so?
yeah, as popular as Donald Glover is,
I
Or
guess.
you just add more songs. into it.
Beyonce's way. But again, I'm getting Donald Glover singing, you know, Hakuna Matata, and I Can't Wait to Be King.
No,
I'm
I
getting-
Want to Be King will be sung by the kid that does. Because
Is there gonna be a
they
kid
have
Simba?
two different.
They don't have to do a different one.
No, they do. You look on IMDb.
Is there a
there's
kid Simba?
Young Simba.
Okay.
There was a Kid Simba. They were pretty.
So they'll have
and
that
Kid
kid
Nala.
do it.
They have Kid Nala and Kid Simba.
Well,
They were
actually,
very proud of
even
that.
the original person who did, I can't remember his name now,
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
didn't sing that song.
That's because
That was back then.
Disney never had very seldom had the person who voiced it do the singing.
Mulan was like that too.
Yeah, Mulan had like Donny Osmond singing instead of the guy who actually voiced the
Prince or whatever.
Yeah.
The general's.
because the general's like a
son.
guy, an actual
Yeah.
actor, and then you're looking on IMDb, Donny Osmond singing voice of
Yes.
dude, and you're
those,
going,
Those old cartoons were very much like that.
well, because they wanted to find singers to
yeah.
vocalize.
But now we've gotten to that point where singers can still act.
Can act.
Right, so but that's the piece is like now I have Donald Glover who can be singing Hakuna Matata with
Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen.
And then, I don't know
the other guy, I don't know. But like that's the piece where I'm like The Lion King was cool because Matthew Broderick could sing and Nathan Lane could sing. Like they found people who could sing. This
Who
one
did the Pumbaa
I wonder if John Oliver
be-
can sing.
they have him singing. Like
But
he
he
does.
doesn't do a whole bunch if you listen to that.
No,
song.
he's in I Can't Wait to Be King, and we might
it.
get I've Got a Lovely Bunch of Coconuts out of him.
Well, he could do that. That's
If they
you
follow.
could just do
Oh,
that.
he could just do that himself. He probably does that on a daily basis.
But that's what I mean.
anyways.
They do have him. They do have him singing. But the fact that Beyonce and Donald Glover could potentially end up doing "Can You Feel the Love Tonight" is intriguing to me because, and knowing John Favreau, it's not just going to be a straight rendition.
But they
of
never, but even in the
tune.
and even in the animation though, the actors never really sung that song.
I can see what's happening. They don't have a clue. They
They
have.
never.
They
They
have
didn't
pieces.
really have a whole bunch. It was mostly Elton John singing
Yes, I
over
know.
it.
They had the pieces though.
Unless you had Elton
And
John doing a song.
I'm ready for
He's
Lion.
involved.
I'm ready for Lion King.
I,
That's what is my.
You just said you're not.
No, I was.
he was not, and now
I wasn't
he is.
out because if this is the treatment that they're doing with Aladdin, like I'm back on board.
And I think that's
I'm
the piece.
back
With,
on board.
a lot of people with Beauty and the Beast were mad because, like, obviously, what's her name?
Emma.
Emma Watson can't really sing. So,
I thought you could.
well,
Not
she was
really.
auto-tuned a bunch for the songs, which again I don't care because I thought they did a good job of them. But like people were mad about that one. Again, Lion King, we have
two singers.
singers involved.
Aladdin has Will
For
Smith.
the most part.
Let's get
Aladdin
James
has Will
Earl Jones
Smith
to
for
sing.
the genie piece. Like, he does really good, like, very good.
Yeah. And again,
So-
that's where I needed more of that in the trailers, because again, I watched that Prince Ali thing and I went,
It's
oh.
The Friend Like Me is a showstopper beyond showstopper.
Which is
It
good.
so good.
Because it's supposed to be, but that's the like, show
Supposed to
me
get you-
that!
supposed to
I
get
think
you
that-
intrigued in the genie.
They do. They show you a little bit of a Friend Like Me in the trailer.
Sort, not enough to make me go like, oh yeah, music's gonna be stellar.
No,
I don't think they showed enough of the music in the trailers.
I think that's fine though.
But they got
I
a
will
different
say.
Beauty and the
I will
Beast.
say the weakest point in Aladdin is the guy who they got for Jafar.
That I can see.
Yeah, no, it was bad. It was bad. He was.
Who gets me the lamp? And you will rule all!
But hey, but
You sound like a
in-
mouse.
In defense of that,
Yes!
you watched the animation one though. Jafar was an older guy.
I know.
And to have him be
But it's
hitting
not-
on Jasmine and wanting
That's
to
the
marry.
point, it's supposed to be
They,
creepy.
they super take that part out.
But
That's
I'm
the one-
saying no,
that's
that's
one of the
why-
scenes that they take out.
That's why. That's why you go with a younger guy to play Jafar.
I get it.
Is because that'd be too creepy.
Keep it creepy, man.
For
That's the
that.
whole, he's a villain. That's the whole point.
They don't take
It's a
all that
PG
scene out, but they
movie.
take some of that scene out. Just because it's like she's 15.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, yeah, no. Let's not.
And
Because he's a bad guy.
He's like in his 40s.
Darn Skippy.
Yeah, so
I
I,
think
can see why
they-
I don't see a problem.
They
with the way
aged
Jafar-
Jasmine and Aladdin though.
Well, they have
they're,
to.
They're more 18,
Well,
20
they'll have
in this
to,
movie.
Yeah, that makes sense though.
So, but they still kept that scene out just because it's like, yeah, that's not in this political climate. Let's not.
In this political climate, do it.
Sister wives later. So yeah, watched Aladdin, and I watched the first of the 3 new episodes of Black Mirror that came out. It was
Anthony
a-
Mackie.
Anthony Mackie and Palm, I can never pronounce her name, but she was Mantis.
Oh, it's the lady played, yeah.
Palm Comfort.
French
Yes.
name.
Yes.
Mhm.
But it was a VR episode, and it was really, really weird. And it is the most messed up, not the most messed up Black Mirror has been in, but it's just the level of like fucked up that you expect from those writers.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and it's their first VR episode too, so it's really, really exciting for them to jump into that. We started the next episode last night, but I had to go to sleep because we were just.
The Miley Cyrus episode?
No, that's the
Or was that the
Andrew.
last episode?
That's the last episode. The second one is the Andrew. Can't remember his name, but he played Moriarty in Sherlock.
Yes.
So
Sure.
yeah, I'm actually excited to see that episode because he's an excellent actor, and I'm excited that not just Anthony Mackie and Miley Cyrus are in Black Mirror, but like the fact that these guys are.
You were excited for Miley Cyrus being in something?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Her episode looks very interesting.
I was very excited, intrigued 'cause when they said like we're doing
Because
3
pretty
hour-
much it's her.
No, it's not.
Well, yeah, it's the pop star who goes a little bit
But-
wonky.
but-
Who's
Who has
also
a
there's
different
more-
alter ego. who
There's
is-
more to it.
Eh.
If you,
Oh, there's gonna be more
I was
to
gonna
it.
say
but-
it's a Black Mirror episode. Do not
yeah, it's a
do
Black
not-
Mirror
do not take
episode
it from
of
face
her
value.
Her
life.
side of the story.
Do
is
not
gonna
take
be
it from face
her
value.
life.
If I've learned anything from
If
Black
her
Mirror,
character-
don't take anything at face value from the
If
Black
Miley
Mirror
Cyrus's
episode.
character on her side of things starts doing drugs in that, then it's exactly her life.
I don't think that's where that episode
I don't
is.
know if that's where that's completely.
I don't think
going,
I don't think that episode's that. I think the episode is something to the effect of her personality is in this, like, you can buy this robot.
Yes.
That's like a personal
So
assistant.
then her personality, the way she's going through with the
I don't know.
questioning
I don't know.
identity
I don't know.
is going to come through into the robot.
but sort of.
We don't know.
I don't know. Either way,
It's Black Mirror, so anything can literally happen.
Miley Cyrus, being Miley Cyrus, fell into that thing of the Disney star that doesn't quite make it out.
She did.
She now has.
That
She
took her
went
a
through that.
long time.
She went through that Britney Spears phase. Did it in less time than Britney.
Yeah.
But she's come back out the other side of it as like I wasn't allowed to control so many aspects of my life that I didn't know how to be a person. So now that I've kind of cut ties and done my own thing, I'm back to being a normal human being who is again still a pop star, thus a little bit because you gotta be.
But I think that's where this episode will be going.
I think so.
She's going to go a little crazy, but it's not like I'm going to be shooting myself full of drugs kind of thing. It's not.
I
It's
don't
not
think there's
that.
a drug
It's
thing.
there's more.
She might run around naked for a while because I mean, Lord knows,
It's Black Mirror.
She had to get that out of her system for a bit too.
It's also Black Mirror, so that might actually happen.
You deny that she did drugs and
I'm not saying she didn't do drugs. I'm just saying that wasn't one of the parts of her meltdown that went like super.
No, but you
Public.
knew it was there.
I'm glad that this is her
It's the
back
music
in.
industry.
I'm glad that this is her back in.
Yeah, this is a cool way to get back into it.
Like getting her recognized again, but in a positive yet.
Because that was
messed
even
up
like
light.
her and Baby Hemsworth, like on off again sort of thing.
Liam?
Yes.
Yes.
Is that who she's married
Yep.
to? All right.
Something like that.
One of the Hemsworths.
Lucky her.
Well, that's why I laughed. Well, no, that's why I laughed because she was at the Endgame premiere, and I'm like, what? Oh yeah, nope. It took my brain about 5 seconds to click as to why Miley Cyrus is standing there in like a gorgeous dress and the whole 9 yards at the Endgame premiere, and I'm like,
What is she in this movie?
was she? Did I miss her cameo?
Is she in this movie and we just don't know it yet?
Like she becomes undusted, and everybody's like, Hannah Montana's back.
Oh, good.
Because it's Disney.
She came because she's a Hemsworth. Like she's
And
connected to the Hemsworth family.
They doing it.
Well, they're married.
Yes, they doing it.
But like that piece was kind of the normalcy of her life, and then that broke off because she went a little insane, and then they got back together. So good for her, and yeah, good for her to be back into like filming things, I guess, because she did Hannah Montana for how long? It's Liam. I know it's not the other one that no one
Luke?
really taught you. Yes.
I just looked it up.
I'm gonna go you.
Yikes.
The
He's in Westworld.
the unknown. I know, but no one talks about him.
Well, you looked familiar because it's the face.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, Liam was
They should
in.
all do like a movie together.
Oh my God, they should do like a road trip brother movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
And Chris
agree.
Hemsworth is taking time off.
No, he's not.
He did?
He says he's going to spend time with his family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna take a year off, and then he'll be back. It's not a massive thing, but their house is their palatial mansion is almost done. So
Whoa.
gotta move in.
Well, yeah.
That's gonna take
Some
at least
problem.
6 months.
All the things.
That thing is huge.
Where am I going to put the hammer? Thunk. Done.
Front entrance.
Yeah, so I watched the first episode of Black Mirror, and
Nice.
we're going to get back into it with the next episode. I'm actually just more excited that Black Mirror stealth released 3 episodes basically out of nowhere.
And bigger episodes than what we're used to, too, sort of
Yes.
thing, just because of the people in them, I think.
Yeah, they're bigger, they're longer, and the production value is a little bit higher than an average.
So would
Black
you
Mirror.
take 3 Black Mirrors every, 6 months if they were like this,
Yes.
or would you prefer, a longer season?
I will take any Black Mirror anytime, whether it's a year apart or 2 years apart.
Yep.
I will take any Black Mirror at any point because I know when I get into the stories, the messed up nature of it, even with Bandersnatch, that was freaking cool.
Yep.
And I'm excited that Netflix is experimenting more with that later on with other episodes.
Yeah.
They already started with.
They started with the Minecraft thing. They started with
it
it was like Paw Patrol or something like that.
No, it was
No,
Puss
it-
in Boots.
Puss in Boots. That's
Puss
the
in
one.
Boots, and the other one that I actually watched was.
Matic, yeah. I don't.
There was a
No,
Madagascar
No,
one?
it was a puppet.
No.
It was Puppet Guys.
Oh.
The monster
Oh.
truck, drove a monster truck.
Oh, okay.
That's
I did that one.
Of course.
Nice. Good for you.
Apparently, there's a
I'll try it out.
Yeah.
There's a Kimmy Schmidt episode, an interactive episode coming out,
Interesting.
which I think would be hilarious because it's already Tina Fey and
Yeah.
what's her other name again?
Kimmy Schmidt?
No,
The
like
lady
the,
who
the other writer.
Ellie.
Ellie, yeah.
Yeah,
The
those,
lady who plays
Camper.
Kim.
those,
Thank you.
those two
I'm
girls.
watching The Office, so it's.
Oh, okay.
Ellie Kemper.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
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 I just.
Oh,
what you
okay.
said.
Yeah. And then
Come on,
then
listen
I
to
agree
me.
with you.
Listen to me.
We're all talking at the same time.
No!
Yes. So yeah,
Maybe.
I've been doing that and just preparing for a trip that I'm going to in a couple weeks here. So I can talk about that a little bit later, but it's not a big deal.
It's exciting, though.
It's
a
exciting.
cool trip.
It is a
It
big.
is a
trip.
big deal.
It is a big deal, but
Big deal.
it is a big deal. I'm modest, all right. I just want to go there and do a good job.
It's going to be cool.
So-
It's going to be fun for you.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
But yeah, that's basically what I've been up to this week.
Okay.
Cool.
I'll talk
Nothing
about shows I've watched then and then games. I'll reverse it this week.
Crazy.
You do whatever you want to do.
So
You can do this without a hat on. You can do it without a shirt on, or 3 shirts on.
I've got 2 shirts and a hat,
Without
and the hat
glasses.
does not come off.
Without glasses.
I could
on.
do. Okay. I can do that. I
Yeah.
refuse to take the hat off.
No watch.
The watch needs to stay. It's connected to the phone. Come on now. I can take the massive bracelet off,
You
though.
can take your watch off and just be like,
Nope.
You could just.
I can take this off.
You can do that.
I think what Tony's trying to suggest is you just take everything off.
Just keep taking.
Oh,
just,
is that what he's trying to get me to do?
Shh,
That's for the later show.
After hours.
Game Grumps right now are doing their Game Grumps live tour, which I think is, again, I think we talked about it last week. I think it's a totally cool thing that we live in a day and age where two guys can go around, fill up a theater full of people, play games, and talk to people at the same time. Mm-hmm. Essentially do a pop-up.
Like, it doesn't matter if it's Game Grumps or, like, anyone.
The fact that people can do that is insanely
so
cool in my brain. Either way, because they're on tour, they have
a backlog.
Backlogged a bunch of videos, and they're releasing them slowly. One of the episodes that they've backlogged and released was a Game Grumps guest Grumps with Ben Schwartz.
Yes.
Ben Schwartz voices Dewey.
Okay, all right.
And Sonic the Hedgehog.
Park and Rec.
He was also someone who acted in Parks and Rec. He's also a writer.
The idiot.
Yes. He is also a writer and, like, comedian, stand-up comedian. Yep. He's done all sorts of stuff.
What do they do?
They played an old Disneyland Adventure game for the NES. Ben Schwartz has a problem, though, where he needs to finish a game.
Yeah.
Like, it's a personal problem?
It's a personal OCD, like, low-key OCD issue where he has to finish a game.
I hear him.
When he starts, it has to end. And he went, I don't know how long you guys got, but I'm finishing this game.
Is it a long game?
No, you only have to beat like 4 or 5 levels, but it's NES and like
it's difficult.
Games back then, if they didn't actually program them properly, were really hard to do. So he does that. They beat the game. And
spoilers.
It's not really a spoiler because on his Twitter he goes, "We play Disneyland Adventure to completion." Like he already tells you, we finished the game. Then he sits there and he goes, "So now what do you guys do?" And they go, "Well, we've played the game. Like it says the end.
Yeah.
Like we're done." And he goes, "Oh, but now I can actually talk because I'm not concentrating on the game thing." And they're like, "We can." And he's like, "You guys not normally do that?" And they're like, "Well, no. Like when Jamie Lee Curtis came on, we played Mario Party. We finished Mario Party. We shit talked during Mario Party, and that was it." And he goes, "But I want to talk to you guys. Like I just met you. I want to get to know you." So they do about half an hour of just the end screen of this Disneyland game, just talking. And he's like, "I really appreciate, for one, you didn't make me play DuckTales."
I think that would have been too easy.
They actually had a game picked out for him, which was something completely different.
Yeah.
And then they collect, like Aaron Hansen, who owns Game Grumps, has been a game collector for ages. Like that's what he used to do before Game Grumps. He was this guy who would trade and like do this with video games.
Sure.
On top of Game Grumps, people have sent them games.
Stuff.
Yeah.
So he just has like an old Blockbuster / Toys R Us wall of games going from NES all the way to now. So she knows. So he sits like he walked in and looked at the wall and it was Christmas to him, and then he picked the Disneyland game because he's like, "I remember this from a kid and I remember loving it," and then they were playing it and he's like, "This is not what I remember." Either way, they spent half an hour just talking about projects, and he's like, "I'm so happy you didn't make me play a Sonic the Hedgehog game or a DuckTales game," because he's like, "I fully expected, like, through our conversation that it's like, okay, you'll pick the game and this and that and everything." And then he's like, "Who else have you had on the show?" And it's like, "Well, Jamie Lee Curtis." "You got Jamie Lee Curtis?" And it's like, "Yeah, what did she do?" And it's like, we played Mario Party, and he's like, "Ooh, good choice, solid choice." And one of them's like, Dan was like, "My favorite one was Weird Al." "Where did you play with Weird Al?" "Wheel of Fortune." "Oh, also a much better choice." But he's an improviser comic wise, so he fit right in with the two of them, and he actually likes video games, which was the other piece to it. So it was a really cool episode, but it was an hour and a half long, more than an hour, 100 minutes long essentially, because he wanted to talk to them after
and finish the game,
and he couldn't talk while he was playing. Yeah. Like he had a problem with trying to finish a level and converse. That makes sense. And it's a tough thing to do,
especially with those older games.
Especially some of those older games, where you're having to do things really quickly. So yeah, it was a cool episode to watch. When they filmed it, though, Sonic was still coming out in November.
Yeah.
Nah.
So that was his, like, he's like, "I'm not plugging my own stuff." He's like, "I'm plugging Game Grumps." Like, "Watch Game Grumps." He's like, "This is great." And then as they got closer to the end, he's like, "I guess go watch Sonic in November." Like, yay. Yeah. And he made the couple jokes in between where he's like, "Gotta go fast, guys. Gotta go fast." And I'm like, yeah, Ben Schwartz. Then they also talked about Dewey a bit and that kind of stuff. But that was a cool episode. I love the guest Grump stuff. I don't count them as regular, like, Game Grumps episodes. because they're more like a special type thing.
Sure.
I also watched The Chef Show on Netflix.
Oh, that's that Jon Favreau thing, right?
So Jon Favreau and the guy who helped inspire Chef, Jon Favreau's movie, where he's a chef, the two of them go to restaurants together.
Don't they bring guests with them?
Sort of. So I watched episode 2, because episode 2 has Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. in it.
Yeah.
That is.
It's a frisbee.
Oh, okay. It has Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr., and I'm like, that's the one I want to watch. The first episode has Gwyneth Paltrow, and I'm like, I will watch you.
Oh, yeah.
That's where that famous line comes from.
I'm
her.
like, I will watch you, but I'm going to wait. So, like, I want to see Tom Holland and Robert Downey first. It's about 15 minutes in by the time Robert Downey Jr., Tom Holland, the Russo brothers, and Kevin Feige are on the show. And they're still mostly just talking about the food that's showing up.
I think that's
It's more a show about the food with tiny little tidbits of like, here's some celebrity talk.
I think I might enjoy this because I'm big into the food pieces, the food stuffs on Netflix.
It's all right. If you go in expecting more food than celebrity piece, it's cool. I was really hoping more for just Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Holland, those guys sitting around enjoying food and talking about it, but at the same time, more just shooting the shit. And there was no shooting of the shit.
Yeah.
Like there was, but we didn't see a lot of it.
But I think if you're going to see them shooting the shit, you can just watch interviews everywhere else too.
But I'm talking more like of an intimate sit down, not really talking, not necessarily talking about movies and stuff, just them conversing. So we did. You get the like, hey Tom, how long was it between us hiring you and you getting into a costume? And Tom's like 4 days. Like I pretty much got the call that said you have a job, and then 4 days later I'm in a costume. And Kevin Feige's like, yeah, that was the fastest turnaround we ever had. Like, got to get this done. Like, there's the tiny tidbits.
Yeah.
But it's only a half-hour show, and I think if you extended it a bit longer...
Maybe 45 minutes?
Yeah, and spent just that extra little bit of time with those people...
There's probably stuff on the cutting room floor, too.
Totally. There has to be. They went out for food, and the whole point is, like, they ask about it, and that's the cool part, is the chef that goes with him, like the guy that was partially inspiration and has been teaching Jon Favreau to cook. He's answering all these restaurant questions. For instance, like when a chef goes into another chef's restaurant and introduces themselves and this whole thing, the other chef is now trying to impress said chef. Yeah. So food just keeps showing up. Mm-hmm. Like that's the whole point to everything is like all this food keeps showing up. And they talk about that piece of it, which was really cool because it's like, we'll get stuff that's not on the menu.
Yeah.
Because now this guy wants to try and impress us. And then at the end of the episode, they have his people come to his restaurant to have their food. Like they kind of reciprocate the invite.
Yeah. Interesting.
But then, of course, John, like all the people aren't there anymore. It's just Jon Favreau and this guy cooking. And again, not really giving you the recipes, but just talking about food in general and that kind of stuff. So it goes from being a food show to sort of a food show to almost a celebrity interview show to back to a food show. And I think it just needs to be...
Do you think it needs to be more...
Give me 15 minutes more, and I'm cool.
There's no 45-minute episodes. It's an hour.
But that's my piece, is give me that extra 10, 15 minutes, and I think you'd have, like, the perfect amount of everything. I don't know. I just felt like I was getting really bored of watching a guy make a lobster roll, knowing that at the end of the lobster roll, Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Holland are now there.
Yeah.
Like, there's that piece to it. Like, I got to see them eat the lobster roll.
I want to eat a lobster roll now.
So, not a bad show. Just going into it, you're not quite sure what you're getting. Played Black Ops 4.
Blop 4.
Blop 4. It's a game.
Both for.
I'm interested in it, but
I prefer Modern Warfare Remastered.
Yeah.
Black Ops is just too broad with the loadouts and that kind of stuff. So if you have no idea what you're doing, like Modern Warfare, you can jump into and start shooting things. You're good to go. This game, all of a sudden, like I had a weird slingshot on the character I chose because it's characters, it's not specific loadouts. He had a dog, so I'm like, I'll pick the guy with the dog. I never saw the dog. He was supposedly my special move.
Oh, your perk?
If I could have,
killed
gotten
more people?
enough kills that weren't on
Well,
my
there
own
you go.
team.
You gotta stop.
Did you try the blackout mode?
No, I never ended up trying blackout mode because, again, the UI was kind of funky when I was looking for games. Like, so I even went into, like, hardcore, because that's what we've been playing for the most part with Modern Warfare Remastered. So I'm like, oh, I'll just hop into that, because I'm kind of in that mind frame to try out the game.
Boy, do you regret that.
Well, no, you had, so they didn't just have hardcore team deathmatch, it was hardcore mixed bag. So you, like, we ended up playing Killed Confirmed, which is a very different
you
game.
You gotta kill and then pick up
the dog tags, or you have to grab your dog tags before they're, grabbed, and it's a way of trying to squish those playlists together so you don't have long wait times. But all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I guess I'll play this. And again, my guns were different because my loadout choice, I had no idea. Like, I had this weird energy slingshot thingy that I don't know what it did. Like,
pew pew.
And again, I'm new to this game, so me trying to shoot someone, again, mouse and keyboard, which I haven't played a first-person shooter with in a while.
See what happens.
I know it happens. That's my thing. Like, you
I still prefer mouse and keyboard.
I still prefer it, but because we've been doing so much Modern Warfare, I am set to, like, okay, I can slowly round these corners. I can slowly do this, where all of a sudden you're back to PC, where it's like, whew, whew. You have to whip things around to get it to move. So I did not have the most enjoyable experience. I ended up killing my one teammate like twice before he just like blasted me with a shotgun the next time he saw me because I was pissing him off enough. But
maybe jumping into not hardcore mode was jumping into the regular mode first to start
to it.
But that's the piece, is it because Modern Warfare Remastered, again, at least I know I'm a SAS soldier. I look like one. Versus whoever you're playing against, like
that maybe just the byproduct of playing two two Call of Duty games back to back.
And again, I should have jumped into single player a bit just to kind of get a grasp of
drastically different.
And again, they're drastically different, Call of Duty games.
They are, but it's still point and shoot and kill.
It is, but then the mechanics of it are, it's not just shoot to kill anymore. It's shoot to kill with gizmos and gadgets and all of that jazz. Going into Black Ops as opposed to...
It does. I like the appeal of Black Ops. It looks a lot cool. I really enjoy it.
Yes, and again, playing on my PC, you end up having to go to what settings work for frame rate versus look, which is the other piece. So it looked pretty. It played cool. I just had a hard time differentiating who was on my team versus who wasn't, and then knowing, what buttons do what. Because again... Well,
mouse and keyboard.
Click, click, click.
Okay.
Like click, click, click.
Different.
R reloads. Like I know all of that jazz.
But to probably pick up stuff.
Sure. There's nothing to pick up. Like.
Well, you can probably pick up guns and stuff, right? So.
There's nothing. Nothing that I noticed fell off bodies. Because again, your character specific loadout is not like it's not like Warfare, where it's like, oh, I just shot a sniper. I pick up a sniper rifle, and now I can.
Gotcha.
I'm this character, thus I have to play this way.
Yeah, I follow you.
And again, I only played the one match because I was like, no.
Maybe give it more time. I think
it is. It's one of those things where I have to jump into it in the right mindset. I've been playing more Stardew Valley.
Saw you on that.
Yep. I have marginally better income now than obviously at the beginning, because as you accumulate you grow, and now it's just a matter of making sure I'm not wasting all my energy watering plants, so I got to keep like 3/4 of it to go do everything else that I need to go do. So now I'm working on getting the kitchen expansion for my house. Then I can actually start like trying to socialize with people in town. On top of that, I've been playing Graveyard Keeper.
Yeah, that's right. You played a little bit of that.
I did play a little bit of that, and I'm not sure if I talked about...
You talked about it once in a while.
I think with you guys, not on the
No.
I thought I remember hearing about it.
Yeah, you talked about it a bit back.
I don't know where, though.
It does ring a bell.
Because I only just got
it. Sure?
Yep.
How long ago?
Like a week ago.
Okay. Well, anyways, what is Graveyard Keeper then?
Graveyard Keeper is Stardew Valley, but you take care of a graveyard.
Yes, I do remember this conversation.
Yeah, because we were talking about it over headsets.
Yes.
Yeah. Either way, you are a man picking up groceries. You leave the grocery store, get hit by a car, and a man with red eyes meets you and tells you that your journey is not yet over, and you wake up in a medieval-esque town where you are now in charge of a graveyard and a church.
Good exposition. That's very good exposition. Done. Let's go.
So the graves you have to take care of and actually like make sure that they have like crosses and like upkeep so they look pretty. Yeah. Once you do that part of the game, they open up the church where you actually have to give sermons because you can gain research points into like church stuff.
Okay.
You can gain, every time you cut down a tree, you gain like physical attribute points that you can use to unlock recipes in your skill tree sort of thing. So there's there's a bunch of skill trees, but there's 3 different points you can get. So like logic, religion, and physical. So depending on what you're doing, you get different points. Yeah. There's a town that you can supposedly, there's a village that you can go to. There's a town you can supposedly get to, question mark.
Not yet.
It's alluded to.
All right.
But online, like a year ago.
How old is this game? It sounds like...
It's been out for about a year.
Okay. All right.
It's by the same people that made Punch Club or whatever that is.
That sounds like a made-up game.
No, I haven't.
That sounds like a made-up game name.
It's actually
Punch
pretty good.
Guys.
No, they're weird. They're a weird little company, but apparently, like, originally you couldn't get into the town, and they were just like, nope, you could never get into the town. It was never a thing.
Yeah.
But the subreddit's kind of died since then, so I don't know if it's still that bad or if it's like if I'm gonna get to a point where it's just like story over.
Kind of like Detective Pikachu, apparently.
Either way, the whole point of this story is if you do a good enough job, you can get back home.
Okay, that makes sense. All right,
that seems works out well.
That seems logical. Thank you for the phone.
What?
Someone sub.
Oh,
cool. Or followed.
App
boy 12. Thanks for the follow. But yeah, it's an intriguing game.
How's the art style?
Very much like Stardew Valley. In that sense.
I don't know that I'm a fan of the art in Stardew Valley.
It's not identical. Like Stardew Valley's still, you can see the pixels. This one's less pixel and more just, it's still top down like that.
Every time I look at Stardew Valley, and I understand that there's like a big popular, like people love Stardew Valley, but every time I look at it, it just feels like a Flash game.
I had to play it on my console for it to feel good. I played it on my PC, and it just didn't feel quite right.
It's not the feel, it's the look of Stardew Valley for me. It feels like not a cheap Flash game, but like a middle range Flash game.
See, and I know they went for the like original Harvest Moon Super NES feel, and that's what I get out of it because I played that game.
And so. But like it's just,
yep.
I don't know. Anyways,
this one's sort of like that. The characters are the big piece of this game. Like there's a talking skull that kind of guides you through the game. He wants beer and wine all the time.
So like a normal person.
Who doesn't?
You
like
also,
a normal person.
You also have to autopsy bodies.
Just like a real person. Yeah.
So if you research into that kind of stuff more, you could actually take the evil, sinful parts out of their body if you know which parts were sinful.
Oh, so this is more fantasy.
Yes, very much so.
So,
so when you bury them, if you bury them with sins, you have to put extra stuff on their grave to try and like
keep the spirits
to keep their graveyard like a happy
I want zombies.
place.
I want zombies all the time.
There's also if someone shows up and they were like completely sinful and you can't take all the sinful parts out, like it's just a dud. You can either ditch them in the river or incinerate them.
Cremate
the body.
Crematorium.
But you have to build a crematorium and it's actually you just build an incinerator. You're not cremating them. You're just incinerating them and they're gone.
Just like real life.
Just like. This person is full of sin. Whoosh.
Bye. He talked in theaters. Goodbye.
But yeah, it's intriguing, but yeah, it's all very character based. And the nice part is unlike Stardew Valley, once it hits a certain time, you pretty much just pass out and go to bed, because that's how the games work. It's day by day. This one's still day by day, but if you have enough food to keep you going, which you can create on your own. Again, you can use meat that you have subsequently taken from the body. You can cook it up because meat is scarce in this village. You can cook it up and eat it, and it will give you energy. So as long as you have energy, you can just keep going. Yes.
Just like real life.
There's also a quest to get a stamp. There's a meat stamp, because meat in the village has to be approved by, like, the overall town, like someone in town or the city or whatever. So there's an official stamp that says, like, this meat's clean, because someone was selling tainted meat.
Just like real life.
Sinful.
Well, so that's the piece.
You have to find that person.
Yeah.
He's the sinful person.
But you can find.
It's the devil.
You can.
It's plot twist. It's the villain.
You can find this guy who's kind of like a not a bad guy, but
bad guy.
yeah, he lives on
He's
that.
a bad
He lives on that
guy.
edge sort of thing. And if you are nice enough to him and do stuff, he has like a counterfeit stamp. So that means you can start going into the bodies and taking out meat and stamping it and then selling it.
So
to the
you
village.
could be the bad guy.
You can be Sweeney Todd essentially.
Yeah.
It's an
Meat
interesting
pies,
game.
baby. Meat pies.
It's one of those pieces. It's like I enjoy it. It just depends on if I hit a wall of like there's nothing to do. You can also farm in the game.
Just like real life.
There's a plot on.
There's Nick's pool.
No, like
I'm
essentially.
gonna farm on top of the dead bodies.
No, that's a separate part.
That's Poltergeist.
Pet cemetery. Gotcha.
You do that. No, not
But there's-
cemetery.
We'll make pet cemetery.
There's all sorts of. So essentially, they've
yeah,
made
that's
Stardew Valley with less of an emphasis on farming. Farming's more to make your own food to keep your
Okay.
energy up. So there's the farming bit.
Who can I date?
There's no dating
Then
because the
this is-
whole point to the game is to get home to your one true love.
But I want to marry. I don't want to marry the
There's
person.
no marrying in this.
Aw,
So that's the only part where it's not a Harvest Moon Stardew
a
Valley.
lot of things to gift out to people.
Because that Stardew Valley is like that Stardew Valley. That's Harvest Moon, where it's like you essentially have chickens only to give eggs out as like gifts to people. It's like, oh, I wish to marry you. Have an egg every day.
Okay.
Just like real life. Is that not how you
that's
court
That's
someone?
how you court someone. Yeah,
No, thank you.
Oh.
yeah. First date, egg.
Next day.
Gotta propose, blue feather.
Yeah,
I've got this down.
everyone knows that.
I've got this
I
down.
won't accept a red feather.
No, or a ring. Green.
Oh, is
Green feather.
No, it's blue. Blue feather, and you have to climb to the top of a mountain to get it.
from the bird.
From the
Yeah,
well, because it molts off the bird. You're not just like attacking a bird to get the blue feather.
Well, how about if you get lots
wanna
of blue
marry-
feathers?
No, you only.
I'll marry
There's only
everyone.
one blue feather.
That bird has more than one blue feather.
That's actually where Stardew Valley's kind of cool in a sense. Is you can get married and then leave the person. Like there's actually the option of
Divorce.
yes,
Separate.
There's separation. There's also a wizard in town or a witch or something that can get rid of your children. So
Just
that
like
you
real
can-
life.
So essentially, because that's the piece to yes.
Just like real
I'm
life.
a murderer.
Yeah, that's the sense to like Harvest Moon when you found someone,
You're done.
you're
locked in.
You're locked in essentially most of the
Monogamy is
time.
great.
But you're locked in most of the
He's the
time.
married guy.
What actually what actually pisses me off in Harvest Moon now or Story of Seasons, there used to be rivals. So like N64 Harvest Moon,
Yeah.
if you were too slow, the girl you were wooing would marry another dude.
Oh man, that's
But the cool part to that is once you had wooed said girl and married her, all the other people in town would actually slowly but surely, like, get married. Stardew Valley's this piece where there's kind of other people, and I'm not sure if they're exactly rivals. I don't think they are.
Can you have like sister wives?
No,
Oh.
you have to be separated before you can get another person. But essentially,
Chris is like, I don't.
in Stardew Valley, there's people that play it to the point of they want to see everybody's like romance pieces. So they will. They'll marry someone, go through like a year with that person, and then drop them and get the next person. And
Just
then-
like real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like real life.
Nowadays, yeah.
But I missed that from Harvest Moon where there was a time element to having to get there. And the other piece of everybody else paired off, which was kind of nice because it felt like
that
an
makes sense.
actual
A
living
world.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens with people. Yes, exactly.
Well, and
Until
especially
there's that one lonely person.
there's always that one
He's actually just a hurt under. He's just
that
a
you
hurt.
just laugh at because you're like, that's right.
I can relate to him. I should get into a relationship with him. No, that would ruin him.
But that was the piece where I liked
Love the
Harvest.
universe.
I liked Harvest Moon when there were rivals, because there was
That's-
that element of, not that you were like, it's not like you were like you have a month.
Or else, if you don't get them within a month,
Yeah, you had like you had like 3 years sort of thing to. But you also saw their little romance sequences if you went to the right places at the right
So
time.
you
Like
start a fight.
no, it would legitimately would go to a cutscene of like you would be that guy behind a tree who was like, oh, they're on a date. I shall watch them. Like it was
Creepy.
it was creepy, but it added to that flavor of like, oh, Anne and Clint are on a date. This is kind of cute, or however it went.
You
like,
almost wanted Anne.
And then it's
Yeah,
like,
now-
well, now I want Anne because I'm
can't
almost about
have
to
her.
lose her.
I can't have her now.
Well,
I
'cause-
want her.
I think it was 3. If you saw 3 of those date scenes, that girl was like subsequently the next week gonna marry the dude because the 3rd date was essentially the proposal date.
So you have to.
Well,
So if you see the first one, you're like, oh no!
Oh, you know what happens after 3 days.
After 3 dates, you get married.
Wow, that's
Totally.
just
Yeah,
like real
that's
life.
what happens.
Just like real life.
Either way, Graveyard Keeper kind of cool. Different take on that farming sim.
Not much
game.
farming, but more.
Less farming, more
More-
digging through dead bodies and then burying them to hide
Can
the
you
evidence.
re-dig them up?
Yep.
Just like
then
real
take
life.
their body parts?
You need to get an exhumation order from the Inquisitor to dig up a body.
Can you
And
make,
then
can
you
you
can
fake
take their
one?
sinful parts out and then rebury them?
Yep.
Can you fake that?
No.
Ah.
You have to make friends with the Inquisitor, who's burning a bunch of people because witches.
Just like
Oh, so you just side with him.
You can. He actually, when you first meet him, because they like push you towards meeting him, he goes, "We can be friends or we can be enemies. Which would you rather it be?" And I'm like, "We can be friends. I'm cool with this. I'm already digging through dead bodies, and I mean, I'm not digging through dead bodies. That would be weird."
I need your help, by the way, for this unrelated task.
Unrelated task. I have this meat. Could you possibly stamp it? It totally came from a cow.
It's totally real. It even says on the steak, totally
totally
real.
real meat. Not human at all. Cool game. I can't play them at the same time though when I'm back into Stardew because it's very much the same kind of game. So,
I get that.
and then I bought for $12 in this the whatever it is.
Days of Play.
Days of Play. Thank you. I was gonna say State of Play, but that's
a different.
it's a different thing. In the Days of Play stuff, NHL 19 went on sale, and here I had to laugh.
I want to check what's on sale right now.
There's a
Sicario,
couple
Red Dead
things.
Redemption 2's on there.
There's a couple things.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
couple
I
things.
don't know if Red Dead's dropped enough for me though.
No,
That's
it's still
that's
Again,
my
I have 800 other things
It's
to do
still
before
50
Red
bucks.
Dead.
that's my debate.
Yeah, I know. I have 800 other games to play
Far
before
Cry
Red
New
Dead.
Dawn.
Yeah, there's enough cool. There's some
Play
cool stuff
this.
on there. But here's my
Play.
funny thing: is they're selling the 4-pack of Madden, NBA, FIFA, and hockey, and I'm like, well, I already own NBA and Madden,
You really own hockey.
and I have NHL 18, but I'm like, I want to see what this whole skating around on the ice is like. I also read online, just because I wanted to check before I bought it, just what other improvements were made. And just controls are a little bit tighter than 2018, which I've noticed going straight from 18 to 19. For $10 or $12 or whatever I spent, it's a cool enough upgrade where it's like, cool. The ice skating stuff on, like, the pond hockey stuff.
Oh, Resident Evil 2's on sale. That's all right. That's not bad.
It is, but again, I have 800 other games to play before
I have
Resident
zero. I
Evil
don't.
2.
I don't,
so,
I don't have any other games to play right now. So
um,
I'm.
Please wait until November.
Yeah, I'm basically. I need something until November, basically.
yeah.
Play Sicario or whatever.
Sekiro.
Sekiro.
Sekiro. I'm not that much of a masochist. I know From Software. I know what they do.
It's less bad than Dark Souls.
There
Yeah,
you go.
it's not much better. It's still...
There you
It's
go.
not as punishing as Dark Souls from what I've seen. But yeah, the pond hockey stuff, single player, you play the Pro-Am, so it sticks you with a goal. Well, it sticks you with 3 other players. You can choose whether you're defense, winger, forward, or goalie.
Okay.
Because pond hockey, you can just switch it up so you can actually play.
Yeah.
As you level up through Chell, Chel, as you level up through there, they
Is
give
it because
you...
it's NHL? Is that why? Is that
No,
Is
I
that a
forgot
word
what
pun on
they-
that?
No. It's
Chell?
legitimately...
Is it because of those guys in Calgary that do the filming?
I don't know. I forgot what it
You
was.
should watch those videos by the way.
But these guys, so what happens is you level up. It looks almost identical to Call of Duty. Like the game ends,
Yeah.
and it gives you so many points based on your performance. And then you unlock a hockey bag. You cannot buy the hockey bags as far as I have seen. Like it is only...
You can't throw money at them?
Not that I've seen. Not for that. You can in the Ultimate Team stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hut.
You can definitely throw money at them. But in this game, or in this game mode, I have not found a way to purchase the bags. Because the bags, essentially, you hit the... you hit the
Buy me
button.
Battlefield 5.
Pretty decent game.
It's all right.
I've been
It's your
having
money,
fun.
I
I've been
don't
having
care.
fun with it.
It's your money.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey, $30.
Own it. I bought it the last time they all went on sale.
Is $30 reasonable for
I already bought it.
I don't know.
No, but like
if you
it's
buy the
I've platinumed it.
which version of it?
regular.
Oh, because the one version comes with 3 remastered. Not that it's a big deal, but for
No,
like an
that's-
extra $5, you get 3
I don't
remastered.
want three.
I already did.
3 bad.
I got 3, and I got the triple pack, and I got Odyssey, and
Ooh.
I'm like, I am ready for
Like I
Assassin's.
said, I like the days. I always love when
I
days.
might just
of
get
Play-
Devil May Cry. 50,
Devil May Cry is
50,
yeah.
$50.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, with NHL, with this one, if you play
Remember days
Pro-Am,
gone.
you've got computer
That's
control
on my
people
list.
playing with you, and it's like the challenge is Luongo's put together a team.
Oh, good.
So Luongo will be in net, and he's got like some of
Just
his.
Smart Alex on Twitter.
What?
What he did.
Yeah, but like Luongo's got a team, or Matthews has a team, or like people have put
No,
together a team,
No.
and you have to face their team.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah, no, but they end up sticking you with random people anyways. If you don't like Matthews, here's the best part: you take whatever role he has. So if he's the center,
Yeah.
play center, and he's off your team.
Good.
So you just kick someone off a team by taking their
But
position.
then I
Yes.
lose other
That
players
sounds
I might
aggressive.
want that are centers.
Well, no, you can switch every game.
Okay.
So like one game I played as a goalie, the next game I played as center, one game I played as a winger because I forgot who was our centerman, and I'm like, I prefer having you as opposed to. And again, not that I know every person in the NHL, but when I recognize a name, I'm more inclined to keep that person on my team. So,
I know like 3 hockey players.
but the cool part to Pro-Am is like I'm skating around in like my regular skates, jeans, and a hoodie with a toque on.
Ooh, Watch
and
Dogs 2
gloves.
is only $20.
We're gonna get that every once.
I
in a
know.
while.
I know that's not a bad sale.
I
It's
like this.
just-
I like this sale.
There's just I have too many
I heard
games
2
right
is
now.
way
but-
better than the first one. Like
I like
at
the
least-
first one though. So if that 2 is way
For
better,
which?
then
Yeah, Watch Dogs 2. Heard,
Oh yeah,
I heard 2 is like leagues better than the first one.
it's supposed to be.
good. Then I'll enjoy
I think,
too.
I think I have it on my PC. I have to check, but that's my piece. Is like the Pro-Am stuff is fun, and there's stuff to unlock once you've beaten enough of it. But yeah, every hockey bag you get unlocks different stuff. So you can get like a hoodie with
Are you like upgrading player levels?
no.
Your
You
look, it sounds like.
it's the hockey bags are just your look. As you
Okay.
play the game, if you pass the puck more, your passing will slowly get better.
Oh, so
But
it's got-
overall, they've kept it pretty generic because the other part to Chell is online one-on-one on one. So it's 3 people playing hockey on a half rink.
Yeah.
Which is all the online game modes are really hard to find people because no one's playing them because everybody's playing Hut. Surprise, surprise.
Are they?
If they're playing Hut or if they're playing online, that's what they're playing. But either way, I did manage to get into a game of 6-on-6.
Yeah.
And the thing about Pro-Am is it's like, or Pro-Am, sorry, is it's like threes. There's no rules.
So you just hit everyone.
So you can check people and you can like get your stick in there and try and like,
Yeah.
Aggressive.
it's more aggressive because it's more arcadey. If you go into the EAHL or whatever the heck they want to call it, which is the ice hockey version of online, I played 6-on-6 and I went in and I poked the puck away
Don't
and
do
then
that.
the guy tripped, but in
Don't do that.
But in regular Pro-Am, nothing happens. He just trips and he gets back up. Like it's like you're outside playing pickup hockey and no.
No harm, no foul kind of thing.
You're right. I all of a sudden had a
But you'll
penalty.
look like a jerk.
Well, and again on a game I don't care. But all of a sudden I tripped a guy and ended up in the penalty box for 2 minutes. And I'm like, oh, it's real hockey now. Like the rules have slightly
This
changed.
is no longer hardcore mode.
Yeah.
This is the hard.
This is
the
hardcore mode.
This is the hardcore mode.
So either way, we played a game and we lost horribly. But that was all right. But the Pro-Am stuff's pretty fun. And the rest of it is just tighter controls on everything else when it comes to the actual gameplay stuff. So if I do be a pro mode in this one, I'm just going to start the Memorial Cup and play
Yes.
in. Because I just finished playing for the Oil Kings and got drafted in NHL 18. And I'm not going to go through that again.
Why not?
Because
More
it's
sports.
an 82-game season.
That's okay.
No, it's 72.
Is it
See, it's only 72.
Still, 72 games, and I do the full simulation of 20-minute
less
periods.
now.
And
I think it's less now.
either way, it is a long season that stretches from,
Yeah.
A to B with a lot of games in between. And I'm like, I would rather play in the NHL wearing stuff. But yeah, the Pro-Am stuff, you get random team stuff out of the bags. So I have like an alternate Jets jersey on right now with a hoodie underneath, which I thought was kind of fun because I had a black hoodie originally.
Yeah.
Then I put the jersey on, and the hood's still sticking out the back, and I'm like, it feels it feels cool customizing a character in that way in a hockey game. You can also make
NHL Ultimate $16.
I bought the not
Ultimate Edition.
no.
Ultimate.
They just give you hut cards.
Ultimate.
Pretty much all it is.
Yeah, that's all Ultimate is.
Learn that lesson.
Yeah. So
Ultimate.
so either way, NHL 19 for $12 is not bad.
Yeah.
I sent Brian a message. I'm like, NHL 19, $12.
Just save it for 20.
So, well, and if 20 comes out, I'll buy it. But I legitimately was
Maybe.
like,
I don't even know if I'm getting.
well, and again, depending on who's on the cover, because some people won't buy it depending on who's on the cover.
A hockey player.
Oh, thanks.
It depends on which hockey player it is.
A hockey player.
But yeah,
I'm
Brian's like,
very particular with my.
yeah, Brian had he's got too many games going on right now too, and I'm like, yeah, sports games are always different
That's
for me.
because he needs to finish Horizon.
I know he needs to finish Horizon, but like to me, sports games are that one where I'm like, I'm sort of tired, so I can pick up and play a game
That's
of
Call of
hockey
Duty.
or Call of Duty.
Call of Duty is very easy.
Like I don't count those as games I'm playing currently.
I think Devil May Cry.
We'll skip
Either maybe I'll do Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs 2 is really good.
Games I'm playing right now, I don't even remember what the last thing I've actually played. Oh, I'm trying to finish Assassin's Creed
Odyssey.
Origin.
The Egyptian
And you
one.
keep falling asleep.
You know what? The problem...
Don't deny it.
It's not that I'm falling asleep. The problem is I'm at that point in the story where like I'm trying to track someone down and I'm just not feeling it.
So what you're saying is
Don't
real
get Odyssey
boring.
then.
Well, no, I've felt it the whole way until now, and I think it's because I keep getting side quests on the way to that quest, and I'm like,
Finish things.
and I think
Finish the fight.
I think
It's a different game.
the strangest I think the strangest part about like at least Origin, and I'm sure because Odyssey you level up. Like
I
there's
think you
a
level
leveling
up
system.
both of them.
You
I
do.
haven't played Origins.
But like you level up in like Origin, and I think that's a piece of it where I'm kind of like, oh, in the other games you just followed the story. This one, well, it is choose your own.
It's
what
open
you want.
world.
It's
very
open
more,
worldy.
It's very more open world than the other
Yes.
ones.
But it's level gated depending
Odyssey
on
was
what level
a-
you are.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I have to grind levels to continue the story.
No, if you do some of the side quests, you're not really grinding.
No,
at
no,
all.
no. And in Origin, there
But I
was a
think
point
that's part of
where
the
I
grind
had
is
to
doing the side quest.
grind. Whereas right now, like I just want to finish the story, and I can't because I have to do the side
Are
quests.
there little question marks on the map? You
Yep.
have to go, yeah, that's Odyssey. You won't like Odyssey.
No, and it's not that I'm not liking it. It's just
It's the
when
same
I just
thing.
when I know, and I've enjoyed it up until now, and right now I'm not enjoying it because I'm tired when I go to play it. If I could just blitz through the story, we'd be okay.
But the fact that you're level gated.
The fact that I have to like gain a couple
You're not
levels before
level, it's just tougher.
mucho's tougher. Like 2 hits dead tougher.
See, I never had an issue with it because I hit the max like midway through the story, so I really didn't care.
No, I don't even know what max is, but all I know is I'm like,
In Odyssey, it's just because I did all the question marks in each
Yeah.
area.
and that's what
kinda-
that's what I was doing, and like I said, until now where I'm like, I just want to find the bad guy and kill him. But then I run into the question marks, and I'm like, oh, all right.
I'll go find the.
And then I do
treasure.
a question mark, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done for the night, and I've accomplished.
I'm 2
But
steps
that's
forward.
what it feels like some
one
nights.
step
but
forward,
if
2
you
step
get to-
back.
I know I have to get there
get
though.
there.
Seems
So-
like a lot.
I'm encouraging you.
I know, I feel it. I'm not gonna quit the game. I'm just saying that's what game I'm on right now. So I'd rather. My feeling at night is I'd rather pew pew than
Most nights.
play. I know, right at this
Lately, it's been most nights.
at this point in my job year, that is pretty much my. It's
I like
like
doing the single player games. I like playing those. Like I
I'm
love.
trying to figure
I-
that
I
out.
just-
I'll get to that when I get to
Stardew Valley. I guess is my single player game right now that
I
I
think
can
I'm-
stay into. Otherwise,
Like
I
I
just
got off Kingdom Hearts 3 a couple
just
weeks,
wanna shoot
couple months ago.
things.
So I'm shopping for a new single player game.
Watch Dogs. Get both Watch Dogs and Devil May Cry.
That's probably what I'm
Yeah.
gonna do.
But
Just spend more money. To
right now, I just want to shoot things. Like that's kind of my evening. Is like I could pew pew. Pew pew works. And again, I think it's more because it's the social aspect to it too.
Yeah, but I play without you guys all the time, so.
So do I, because there's
Yeah,
an
you
aspect
guys-
where
You guys always play hardcore. I'm not a huge fan of
I know
hardcore.
you're not. But that's why
I like
Not
seeing my
that's
HUD.
not why I
oh,
play it.
I
but
hate the HUD.
I love
would
my HUD.
I would play without the HUD all the time if I could.
I couldn't do that.
I'm-
I need to
you
see
adjust
things.
to no map. You adjust to low
No,
health.
No.
It gets
no,
frustrating at times.
No.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I don't like it.
I know.
That's why I don't like it.
Tony rage quits.
Gotta breathe. That's the funniest
I
part.
only had a rage moment once in the past month or 2 months I've played it.
That's the funniest part to me about.
I think it was because I was.
It's not
hungry.
just rage. It's just annoying. I like to
It's
see
rage.
things.
You're getting mad at it.
I like to see things.
There's nothing on that HUD that I need to.
That's why I don't like crossover. They can hide all over the place and I can't find them.
I find ammo. I need my ammo because a lot of the times I'm running out.
Oh no! If I run out, I go to my pistol.
I never run out because I die too quick.
Correct.
Well, that's why I'm playing a regular game mode.
And if I have to,
People don't die fast
I've only
enough.
done it a couple of times where I just, hey, there's the first weapon.
Yep, pick it up and start
Let's
shooting.
go.
I got like a thing for it because it's like killed someone with their own weapon, and I'm like, oh, that's a thing I can do. Sweet.
And now you know you get cook grenades too.
All the points.
You can cook grenades and cook grenades.
Brian, or was it Brian? that
Brian didn't know.
that?
I knew you could cook them.
Did he hold on to it too long?
No, I cooked it and killed someone and got a thing for.
Oh yeah.
And he didn't know what cooked meant.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's
Because
like,
that's
"Oh."
obviously because he'd never done it. Because he just.
Yeah,
you just throw it.
Yeah.
The first reaction is the whole throat, but like yeah.
No,
okay.
if you know where
Yeah.
someone's around the corner,
Yeah.
you hold it for a little
It's
bit
like,
so they can't run away and then
Yeah.
just chuck it.
Yep.
Yeah, don't give them time to escape. That's
Yeah.
insanity.
Don't give him time to escape. Don't give him time to throw it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I always love that part. It lands in front of you, and it's just like the throwbacks there, and I'm like, I'll click
I'll
it.
try it.
You
Let's see
know,
if,
I'll
I'll see if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
It never works because everybody on hardcore mode obviously like cooks
Cooks
it
it.
and then throws it, and then it's like throwback, and it's like in your hand as it explodes.
But if it does that, if you hold it for long enough, it doesn't count as their kill. It counts as you killed yourself.
Oh, cool. I've never had that happen because I've had the moments where I'm like praying to God where it's not the
you can
final
still cook
kill.
it while after you pick it up.
Yeah.
You can still cook it.
This is only 5 seconds, guys.
I pray to
Is it
God.
5 seconds?
Yeah.
It's longer than that.
Yeah, I pray to God that like you get those ones where the grenade like lands in front of you and all you're doing is staring at it because you're screwed, right? And you're just praying to God that it's not the final kill because you look like a complete moron when the grenade just like tink 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 and your camera's just like
Looking straight down.
boom.
No, it's the oh shit moments where you can see the airplanes and they're right over.
Oh
your
yeah,
head.
no,
I'm
that
done.
would
Those are the worst.
You even hear it and you're just like
And you know you're
in the
can't-
path.
You can't run to
You
find
know the
cover.
popular areas
Yeah.
where people like to do that.
I'm there.
That's me. At least it's other people too. No, it's just me.
No, what I do what I like about hardcore is if I am having a rough go, I either know it's going to end quick because we're all dying quickly, like it's not just me, or
20,
it's I have
20 and 2.
yeah,
So.
or I have to physically go like the tactic I am using is not working. Switch it up. Go somewhere else. Like I have to physically calm down and go. Either way, NHL I've been playing.
Yep.
That stuff I've been playing.
I have been playing Final Fantasy X some more on the Switch, but it's the same game as back when it came out in '96 or '99 or whatever.
Yep.
Still a great game.
Yeah, my issue is I'm cleaning my PlayStation out right now.
Trying to finish.
No,
Actually cleaning.
you
it
weren't
up.
online when I talked about this.
Oh,
I'm almost maxed out my 2 terabyte or
Yeah,
3
you-
terabyte external hard drive.
Yeah,
you
you guys
are.
keep complaining. Get an external hard drive. It's great. It's a great idea.
It
guys.
is.
Well, it is a great idea because he has 8,000 times more games than I have on my 1 terabyte.
And that's
console.
kind of my issue is because I need to start finishing games now,
Yep.
and I don't know what to finish.
Yes.
So I kind of jumped into Diablo 3 just for the fun of it. Because, I figure I want to torture myself.
We're on season 18 or whatever now.
I don't do seasons.
Oh yeah.
The main trophy you aim for in that one is trying to get 6 characters at level 70.
Ugh.
That sounds like a drag. Especially in
It is a
Diablo.
drag.
It is a correct.
Not wrong. And the also hard one where you got to get a character, you got to beat the game in hardcore mode.
Yes.
That's the one I'm working on.
That's if you die, right?
Yeah. You
Yep.
gotta start from
Yeah.
0 or level
I've
1.
never made it past first boss.
Sweet.
So
Because it's not just that; it's just everything else hits harder too, right?
Oh yeah.
it depends. I find it depends on the boss you're fighting. Like those little mini bosses that you run across all the
Yep.
time. I find the toughest ones are usually the electric and the molten.
Anything that shoots something out as you're hitting it.
Well, if you're sitting it and
Yeah.
you're not realizing it,
Yeah.
you're burning up and it hits hard.
Yeah.
I don't know if it hits harder, but it's just,
I don't know what kind of tactics there are, like strategies there.
You can, no, it doesn't hit harder because I can still I'm keeping my difficulty on the lowest one, so it makes it easier for me.
It's still just hardcore.
It's hardcore mode, so if I die, I'm done.
That's all
Okay.
hardcore means, yeah.
Okay, it doesn't.
So it means the farther I go into this, the more careful I have to be about what I do.
Choices you make.
Can you dodge roll in Diablo 3?
Depends on your class.
Yes, the guy I am, I can't. But I also I'm the witch doctor.
Yeah, you can summon skeletons
I
and stuff.
have little dogs.
Ah, the dogs, yeah.
Run after them.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm working on right now because I need to do something.
Yep.
I've stalled on Dragon Age.
No.
I don't
Dragon
Really?
Age Inquisition?
Really?
There's a
stalled
stall.
on that.
Darn.
Really?
Hey,
Yeah.
BioWare, remember when you used to make games?
Jade Empire. will never.
I
get.
would
That-
love a remaster.
Although I'm surprised
I
you
don't.
guys
I
haven't
don't.
played Andromeda.
At this point, I don't trust them to redo another Jade Empire.
I'm surprised you guys haven't bought Andromeda. It's kind of like on sale, stupid
Eh,
cheap.
No, I'm just
But I know what's waiting for me.
terrible.
Play it and try it for like
Yeah,
$5.
No, I could just get it for the library.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do. Just try it.
Okay. Vicariously through. Someone's got a Let's Play out there.
Just walking down the stairs like like a
I
crab.
can't even remember how that game played.
Bad.
I beat it.
Yeah, you got through it. You enjoyed, like you
Most
didn't-
of it.
Yeah, I know you didn't.
Can't
You were
remember what
like,
parts
you
I
should,
hated
you should
about it,
play
though.
it. Like it's a decent enough game.
That's why I say I've seen it on $12
just-
I'm like, you guys just
No,
I've seen it for cheaper than that, and I've been like,
No,
you should do it.
I have better uses of my time.
You're looking for a game, Tony.
it's actually interesting because
I'd rather just get Watch Dogs 2.
EA wants to release that like the subscription service for the consoles type of
Yes.
thing. If it's like I'm intrigued by that one, if that's on there,
I
then I would
bet you
play
it is on there.
Yeah, then I'd play it.
I bet you it's on there.
In all honesty, EA having a subscription service
Makes
All
a lot
of
more
them
sense.
have a
has me, but that has me more intrigued than like Microsoft's subscription service for the PC that we're barely getting
Game Pass.
anything out. Yeah,
Yeah, because apparently it's a separate Game Pass from the Xbox.
It
too.
is.
So it's like you have to pay twice if
Yeah.
you want to.
both.
Yes, it's really dumb.
but yeah, the EA one, I'm like, there's enough EA games that I'm,
Hockey.
and if I get hockey every
Hockey is a tough one because there's a lot of licensing for that.
yeah, but if
It's EA.
it's EA
Yes.
that owns all the licenses. For
Yeah, but it
everything,
depends on
so-
how the NHL license is
Yeah.
for EA.
They don't
I'm
care.
sure
Everyone else
they're
is making an
pushing
NHL
out,
game.
yeah. I'm sure they're happy with someone pushing out the stuff.
Yep.
Mm.
Other than that, I was watching movies.
Yeah, what's you see?
Excellent.
What you see?
I'll start with Annihilation.
Weird movie, right?
It is a weird movie, but
It wasn't it was not my cup of tea.
I don't know if I understood that.
No, it's a tough movie. It's about
At the
aliens,
end,
right?
Yeah.
It's about
Oh,
aliens.
that- okay.
And
I don't
it's
know
like,
if I understood what the purpose of
there was no
the
purpose.
aliens was.
So, spoiler alert.
Nick.
Don't care.
It's on Netflix if you do want to watch it.
Don't
So my understanding is that the alien overtakes her at the end,
No, she overtook it.
or she overtook
She
it.
killed it.
I.
But I was accepting that the other person was an alien. I'm like, okay.
That's right. That's right. It was really confusing because it was her too, and I was just like, what's...
No, because it never took her over. She
No, but like there was
defeated it.
no, but like there was other. It was trying to replicate her or something.
Yes.
Wasn't it? Yeah, that's why I was like, really. This movie's very far out. I hear the book is much better.
The book is a totally different ending.
Yeah,
More complicated. Apparently, the movie, they simplified it.
and you know what? I think you're in my same boat. Like it's a movie.
It was
just-
a decent movie.
It's not.
Interesting concept.
I think it's one of those movies that's ahead of its time.
It was an interesting
My
concept because the whole thing is cross genes.
My expectations of
Because everything in the dome, it takes as one. It tries to mix the genes up.
my-
Intriguing.
so I was under the assumption it would be a movie like Arrival. Arrival was
I've never seen Arrival. So
Arrival is freaking nuts. You guys got to watch that movie. That movie is freaking. It's one of those movies you watch it the first time and then you go back a second time and it's much better. I think that's what Annihilation is like too.
No, it's
Because I feel like if I were to rewatch Annihilation, it would make like the story points would make.
No,
a
I
little
don't
bit more
understand
sense.
the end. Keep going back to it. But I don't understand that ending.
Which is not a good thing. Like, confusing
Like,
in a
what
way
was the
that
purpose of the aliens in the first place?
that's not a
They
good
crash
thing.
landed on Earth, I guess. I don't know.
And how many of them are there? Because the dome is still there at the end.
Yeah, they go
They
back
never
in. They go
destroy-
back in, don't they?
No,
Do they not go back
The
in?
women go in, but they
Yeah.
don't go back in.
No, but like they send another group of people in. Do they not? Was that not part of the ending?
No, she
Man.
came back
I super
after
don't remember.
a year.
I
a
super
while
super don't remember this movie.
because time is different in the dome.
Whoa. The dome.
It's like this shimmer. They called it the
Biodome?
shimmer, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah, they called it. It's like this aurora borealis looking like thing,
And it was supposed to overtake the
The
world
world,
in
but it doesn't.
years.
and it doesn't.
I would rather watch
But it never,
Biodome with Pauly
it
Shore.
never crashed on itself.
Yeah, it doesn't
It's
make
like
sense.
a movie I can buy.
Annihilation?
No, Biodome.
Oh
No,
no.
it's not that.
Yeah, no, I agree
It
with
is.
you. Annihilation is just
It was weird.
convoluted. and confusing.
I don't mind it. Would I go back a second time? I don't.
I wouldn't go back a second time.
Biodome is not available digitally.
It was
Natalie
really
Portman,
weird.
Natalie Portman did a good job.
It was really weird with Jane the Virgin swearing, and
Oh yeah, that's right.
things.
She's in the movie.
Oh yeah.
I didn't. Not that I watched a lot of her stuff, but it was just weird to see her in that role.
Yeah, because last time I saw her before that was either Brooklyn Nine-Nine for that one like 5 seconds
2 episodes.
piece. She wasn't even 2 episodes, like a quarter of an episode.
Yeah, she was the cab driver for
Uh,
a little bit.
And then Carmen Sandiego. She voices Carmen
Yeah.
Sandiego.
Yeah, I mean I've watched a lot of
Tessa
most
Thompson's there.
most of Jade the Virgin.
Yeah, no,
I
that movie.
can't remember
That
the
movie
actor.
weird.
It was weird.
That movie weird, right?
It was. Not druggy weird. I mean, there was,
Oh,
only, one,
it's
there was,
if
there was
you
only
were-
one part that was really like.
If you were on drugs, that movie would have been messy.
Only
It
that
would-
one part at the end.
No,
Fear
no,
and
no.
Loathing in Las Vegas would like to have a talk with you.
Oh, I've seen that one too. That was a great film.
I love that movie.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wildly different film, though. However, wildly
Very
different
much
film.
different.
I understood the ending to that one.
Yes, at least it had
Um,
one.
And then Ratatouille.
So good.
The moose.
Yes, the moose.
The moose. The moose under the guy's hat.
Yes.
I got this, guys.
All I really distinctly remember is that food critic eating the what did he eat? The ratatouille.
Ratatouille.
He ate the ratatouille and he like flashbacks to when he was a kid.
Yeah.
I was like, this is weird as shit.
Well, that's what
That's
food's
so
supposed to
good.
do to you.
Yeah.
Like, that's the.
I
That's,
do agree at the point. Why would you call food ratatouille and when it's rat and
Well, because that's.
rats in the word?
But that's the name of the dish.
It's a ratatouille came. It's very popular.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, but he made a good point while he was drunk.
I still.
Why would they call it ratatouille? You got the rat, and you got the tui.
And Patton Oswalt as Remy is great. That's one of those ones where I have to laugh because Patton Oswalt just does so much. So you watch his stand-up where he's swearing and this and that and everything else.
He does stuff for his kid.
But that's the piece is like, and then he's on My Little Pony and he's Remy and he's now the dog. He took over for Louis C.K. in Secret Life of Pets 2. He's now
Yes,
the main
Louis
character.
CK,
Yeah.
I like Remy. I like Remy.
Well, probably because Louis C.K. is still
Yes.
in trouble.
Yeah, he's in hot water.
No, when
he's
he
still
was,
in hot water.
Yeah. Well, because he keeps coming out trying to still be him, and it's like you can't
Stop
quite
talking.
do that yet.
Please stop.
I think I'm starting to hear Kevin Spacey again, but not in a bad thing anymore.
It's
thought I
tough.
heard
It's
something.
tough. It's tough. It's one of those. It's a weird situation. All of those things that are happening, and that's where I just laugh because you look at again James Gunn, where we're like, yeah, I got his job back, and then like Roseanne is still pissed that he got his job back and why she doesn't have hers, and I'm like,
Because she's pissing over everything.
like, and that's the piece. I'm like, because James Gunn got fired and went,
Okay,
Cool.
I accepted my error.
I did bad. Like I made some.
sorry.
I am sorry.
Yeah,
I
I'm
am
sorry.
sorry. I am
One,
sorry.
I am sorry. 2, I made mistakes in the past. 3, I am a different person, and I realize that now, and I hope other people do too. And then he was
Silent.
quiet. Roseanne never shut up and kept digging a hole, and you go like, okay. Same with Kevin Spacey. He got quiet. So
I thought I
No,
And-
I don't think Kevin Spacey's coming back.
no, I don't
But
think he's coming. I
again-
thought I heard something about
oh,
him, but not. In,
not in a.
it's the first I've heard of him in a while.
Yeah, well, and again, just because too, a lot of that stuff could be coming to a head with like trials and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Like again, not in a bad way, but just people settling or people doing that, like that kind of stuff. It's Either way, Ratatouille, good flick.
Good
Yes.
film.
I enjoyed it, and the special feature features Alberta.
Really?
Okay.
That's
There's a
strange.
whole special on the DVD or Blu-ray about rats, and because Alberta is the only place in the world that at the time was
At
rat
the time,
free.
we're rat free. We have rats now.
We got one, so we have to be like rat free for 5 years or something before we can proclaim ourselves rat free again.
How did we get one?
Because someone brought one in. Like, legitimately, that was it. We got one rat, and we're like, oh.
Kill it.
Don't let him out. No.
We deported it. Either way.
Slingshot.
And yes, rat free, because there's people with pet rats in this city.
Mice, not rats.
No, there's people that have rats. You just can't take it to a vet.
So if it dies, it dies.
Yep. If it gets sick, there was someone actually on the subreddit the one day who had a pet rat that was sick.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, what do I do?
Time.
And we're like, and someone's like, you can risk taking it to a vet and hope they don't report you. Like,
Does the vet have to help you?
I don't think they have to help you. Like, it's not like a doctor where they take
I was gonna
that
say it's
oath.
not like a mediclinic. It's not a mediclinic here.
Yeah, it's not like they take like that oath the doctors take where they're forced to help you, whether you're a dick or not, sort of thing. I think a vet would probably help. Like if
but
you
they'll also report you.
But they might also have to report. I treated a big dog.
Really big
Very
dog.
Really small dog.
A
It's
really
actually
big
just
gerbil.
small.
Big, yeah, it's a
Small, oversized mouse.
yeah, oversized mouse. But yeah, in the video it shows like rats have spread all over the world and they don't carry disease like they thought they did originally and all of that jazz. It was actually disgusting people that spread the plague, not rats. And then it's like, except for this one place, and it like zooms in on Alberta, and it's like, we made it.
Over there.
We're famous.
We made it.
Popular.
Yes.
Retire.
Yeah. Province done.
Cut ourselves off from the world, and we're good.
We're working on it.
Yikes.
Not that kind of show. What else did you watch?
Yikes.
John Wick 3.
Chapter 3.
Plop, plop, pow, 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 pow.
Parabellum.
Parabolum.
Parabellum.
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 There's an actual subtitle to
Yeah,
this one?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Parabellum.
Cool. I just knew.
Pop,
Just
pop, pop.
I can't remember what Keanu Reeves said what it meant.
It's fine.
Did he go plop, plop, and kill, kill?
They came up with some creative ways of doing
Plop,
that.
plop, kill, kill.
Well, but that's all. I think Brian, because Brian watched the second one,
Still haven't seen the second one.
and that was that piece where I'm like, these movies are great because they write the action sequences and then put a story in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, that's the coolest part about the John Wick movies. And you know it going in, now that we've gotten...
Built the universe up.
And it's a cool universe. But still, it's written to be an action movie with a story that kind of...
Okay.
Yeah,
Love
because
it.
the story wasn't...
No, the first one,
Overly.
his dog gets shot and he goes,
Yeah, but I mean the story in this...
Yeah, but same with the second one.
Essentially, in this one, he's just trying to get... Like, okay, I know I did something wrong. I'm not... It's good. I wouldn't do anything
Did
different.
another
but I
dog
want
die?
forgiveness.
Did a dog
Nice.
die again in this one?
No, but... Because Halle Berry in this movie has
Yes.
dogs.
Yes.
And one of them gets shot. They're actually wearing body armor.
Oh my god.
And one of them gets shot by a guy,
Aww.
by someone she works for, and she's like... And you can see on his face, she's getting pissed. And she makes a comment to John, he shot my dog. He's like, I know what that feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
Don't do what you're about to do.
How was Catwoman in this film?
She was good. She was only there for 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, that makes me feel so much better.
I watched that.
She had to help him get to a certain point.
I've never
That's
seen.
She was there to help
She
him.
was like the Morpheus of this movie.
I was just gonna say, what about Morpheus? He was in this film.
Well, the thing with this is that now he's pissed off the organization,
Yes.
the table, High Council.
The high table.
I want to say high table. Maybe it's,
I was
maybe
gonna say
it's a combination.
whatever the hotel is. I
No,
haven't
no,
seen
No.
The hotel works for them.
I don't know anything.
The
about
high,
the universe.
yeah,
I haven't
high
seen
table.
two.
He's pissed off the high table.
Yes.
But the high table has sent an investigator out, and is also the people that helped you do this are also getting consequences too.
So where does this Lawrence Fishburne fall?
I can't tell you that.
Okay, good.
Especially if you haven't seen the second one.
Oh, was he in the second one?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I thought
Lawrence-
he was only in the third one. Oh,
No,
wow.
Lawrence Fishburne was in the
So
second
anybody
one.
that
so
helped
but only
him,
for like 10 minutes.
because he's just excommunicated.
Yes, he
Anybody
is.
that helped him get to the
Get-
point that where he shot the guy in the hotel.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
He shoots someone.
He shoots people. What?
When he did the bad thing.
When he did the bad thing.
Like literally, like.
Anybody who helped didn't.
Holy cow!
Anybody who didn't stop him from
Yes.
doing the bad thing
He's
also getting in trouble in different ways.
Okay, I can see certain people who helped him get to that point, but there's some people who helped him do the other thing first that led to that thing.
Well, I don't know. Do you care
What?
if I go into it or no?
Like who gets in trouble?
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
And for why?
Do they involve making suits and drinks and things?
No.
Oh, then I'm fine. We're good.
No, it's.
No, I figure I know who.
You're probably.
who's
I'm
who.
gonna probably
There's
forget.
two big people that get
Okay,
in trouble.
we're good. I get it.
That's all I have. I have an image of two big people
Two large people.
getting in trouble.
Um,
I don't know.
Main two.
yeah, no, I'm with you. No, like that's what I'm wondering because like
No. Anybody like.
anybody who was like actually involved in that piece of it.
Yeah, with that
This is
specific
really
person happening
convoluted.
in that.
This
Yeah,
is a
we're
really
good.
weird conversation.
It's a weird conversation.
I'm trying to go around.
No, we're
this.
good. I'm with you. No, because that's where it's like if they're going after everybody, like
No, not
There's-
everybody that helped him.
Okay.
Everybody who helped him
Is
in
John
this
Wick 2 on
situation.
Netflix?
Possibly.
I don't know. I own it.
I do not.
Yeah, I bought them movies. I bought them movies real fast because they're just fun to turn on and watch them.
Yeah. Then like the whole guy that's chasing him is a. Well, I don't say
John Wick 1 is on Netflix.
He's a martial artist. He has been in Asian films.
Oh,
doing
Jaws
the
2 is on Netflix.
You know me?
That's weird. I didn't think that.
That's hunting him, and he has his own squad type thing
Okay.
of ninjas essentially.
Yep.
So that's what. It's funny watching that even. I don't know why. Watching the height difference between them, and because Keanu Reeves is not a short dude,
No.
so
He's tall.
watching these fights going on where he's like almost towering over them, and they're pretty much not evenly matched. But
Yeah.
Big guy.
he's a tall guy.
Yeah.
But yes, some of the creative kills. I even had to. I apologize to my brother because that's who I went with because I made a few at the start. Like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Why would you have to apologize?
Well, because that's what I did, and I don't want to be that person in the theater making those sounds because there was a lot of that going on in the theater
Yeah.
where he would do a kill and people like, oh. It's like, okay.
Yeah, but you went pretty close to opening.
We went the second week
Yeah,
after.
that's still people's like first viewing of something like that, and people who are into it, sort of thing.
He kills a guy with a book.
Nice.
Reading is.
He started killing him with the guy with it, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And
Reading.
then
Knowledge is pain, bitch.
and even right off the bat where he's getting chased, he gets chased into a horse stable, and he
picks
turns
up a horse and kills someone with it?
It's the next level
He kinda
of.
grabs the-
That's the problem. Bam! With the horse.
thing,
Yeah.
and turns it so the horse's back end hits the guy back, and then the guy does it, and so the back end is facing the guy, and John's like, tap, and
Of course.
I'm like,
You don't
oh,
wanna get- yeah.
shit.
That's what I mean. Like they're so fun because I think it was his old stunt coordinator that directs these things, right?
I think so.
Yeah, like that's the piece.
Well, he does his own.
I know, he does
directing too, so
Yeah.
he knows all that.
That's what I mean. So it's legitimately a stunt guy making a movie, and then they put in the story. But the story's intriguing because you don't know a lot because there's not actually a lot there.
Is it,
Like-
would you call it like kind of Mortal Kombat in that levels where it's like it's all action, it's all dumb. We're all here.
But
to
it's
just-
not dumb. Like there's the hotel piece. Like even in the first one when you're showing up with gold coins and they're like there's pieces going with the gold coins and
Yeah.
how much is a gold coin worth and why are the gold coins the currency? Like there's all that underground question. You're like this is so cool. And there's never really a complete explanation.
And the story just keeps building. And
But then
keeps
every
getting
movie
bigger.
they're like
There's
yeah,
a fourth
well,
one of these
well,
that's coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is
And
that
a
TV,
show.
Is that TV show? I was going to say that
A
show.
show about the
a show?
hotel. The hotel's getting its own like
Was that an
show.
Amazon show or was it?
Amazon. It's one of the stream. Hulu or Amazon's getting it.
Okay.
But yeah, about the hotel, and it's like
And this it just built such an awesome universe.
they've built a crazy cool universe off of legitimately having Keanu Reeves walk around and shoot people like gung fu.
throwing axes at people,
Yeah.
having dogs attack people. Which, by the way, the dogs went for the nuts a lot.
That sounds about right.
That's what they're trained
Would you-
to
would you-
do.
Actually,
Yeah.
that's what
Have you ever
that's
seen an
what my
attack
brother
dog?
said is they
Yeah.
go for your arms and they will go for your and not let go until they are told to let
Yes,
go.
Mhm.
that's what those canines are trained
Those
to do.
canines are, yep, that's exactly what they're trained to do.
But there was even a subtle humor in there because he went out because he had to go kill a massive amount of people. He got
Yeah.
some guns, shot him, realized, oh shit, this isn't working. Went back into the locked room and was talking to the person. Oh, I needed this. We need this different guns and.
I think the guns and like the second movie has him shopping for like guns and suits and all of that jazz, and the
Alright.
guns is alluded to like drinks, so he needs like a or food, and it's like how are you going to finish off the evening? I need something with a little bit more flair to it, sort of thing, like when it comes to taste. And then like he just keeps handing him different guns, and same with the suit. It's like, what kind of evening are you planning on having, and do you need a day suit as well, sir? Like as they're putting in like the body armor patches and all of this other
Yeah.
stuff, but it's
subtle.
they're still talking in code, even though they don't have
But
to.
as an audience member, you know.
But as an audience member, you're just like, this is the most delightful thing ever, because essentially he's ordering himself breakfast and he's picking up
And
guns as he's doing it.
And it's like an average day Tuesday for Keanu.
Right. And, like,
this is just average day Tuesday.
But everybody else is so natural because it's like, oh, this is their universe. This is how it exists. It's like,
And I mean, it was kind of we're at the end of the second one where all the heads
things happen. Yeah.
at the end
pew pews.
where he's
Yep.
on
Like,
his
pew
jog.
pew 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 pew. That's all I hear.
It's surprising that even at the start of this, there wasn't more people.
After him.
Yeah. Well, because the impression I got after that was, well, this is pretty much everyone.
Yeah, we're there, but it was more a we're
But I mean,
here,
you did get different sets of people go. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we had to wait for the timer
Pew
Yeah.
pew pew pew.
because the first guy he kills is like, they even had a discussion about it because they know each other.
Yeah.
And the guy's, I'm here to kill. Essentially, I'm here to kill you. And John's like, but it's not time yet.
Yeah.
Who's gonna know the difference? Okay, you want to do this?
Well, I think that was a cool. Even the second one, it was like he walks by a guy that he knows, and it's like John, and it's like blah blah blah, and it's like working tonight, and it's like, yep, and like the one guy instinctively knows that John's there, probably for the exact opposite reason that he's there. But
You never know.
but yeah, you'd like.
But you
there's-
don't know.
So they play that little game, and it's just like, yep, this is awesome. Like that piece is there. That's just
they
really cool.
know each other. They
Yeah.
seem to know each other well, but they're willing to kill each other
because
too.
that's like again, that's that.
They're very
world.
dedicated to their
Yes, you do the job.
Right.
Yeah, it's cool. I love that universe. And again, because it's all written around action sequences, and they're just like, wouldn't it be cool if there was a hotel these people could go
job.
to?
Oh, yes. I mean, and then here, I mean, it was a little disappointing before even going to see this movie. You hear about, oh, there's going to be a fourth one. It's like, I don't need to know that.
It's like that. It's like the.
Yeah, now you know there's no like he's not gonna if he does end up on death's door, it's not gonna happen because
There's a fourth one.
It's a Marvel thing where it's like, oh, Hawkeye's not gonna die. Hawkeye's not gonna die. He's in this movie coming up. We know he's not gonna die.
Yeah, but they pulled that with Black Widow. She was getting her own movie, and
We don't know. I don't know. What that
We don't know
movie
that
is.
situation yet.
What movie? There's no official Black.
she's filming. They have pictures.
They don't know what you. Could have been another film. Could
But
be
I
another-
mean, but then seeing
Not
the
official.
ending though, it's like, okay,
4. Here we go.
More.
2 next year.
I
Was
just
it
love how-
2020?
I think so.
Next
That's
year.
soon.
Well, because again, all you're filming is action sequences, and then you have Keanu go like, "I need a room for the night," and you're done. Like movie done.
He doesn't even need to show emotion.
No.
He's supposed to be that Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga. Well, and see, that's what was funny about the first one was I feel the first one he did have more emotion because all of the things that happened to him, and it was
Which you
like this-
get.
it came through, and it was that whole like I can't believe I have to go back into this life. I can't believe I have to go back into this life. And then the second one pretty much was just like the beginning is very much like the end of the first one where he's like, okay, cool, everything's done now. Like I can go back to living my life, and then gets sucked back in. And he's like, no. But he ends up having to. Little less reluctantly this time, I guess.
Well, this is the one he kind of.
And this is the one where he knows, he knows it's coming. Like this, going into the second one, he thinks he's done. At the end of the second one, he knows he's not done. Which, like, going into a third one, you're like, Oh
So-
my god, there's gonna be nothing but shooting.
So, okay, so when the second one was coming out,
Yes.
when that was out, was there any plans for a third one?
By the
Because
We
ending-
didn't. Well, you knew by the ending.
Because yeah, by the ending.
No, there
it's
was
one-
no set plan.
There was no
yet,
set plan.
but you knew by the ending of
But
the
it's one
second
of those
one.
things where it's like they set it up for
Oh yeah,
more.
and you knew it was gonna be just.
Killfest.
Oh yeah.
But by the third one, everybody's like, well, trilogies. And then, yeah, it's like the day it comes out, they're like, number 4. Or the week before.
Yeah, almost a week after.
Yeah.
It's like, really?
Yeah. We're getting a 4th one, and it's like, I'm glad the movie's done well enough.
It has, because
'Cause
everybody loves this universe.
I will continually watch Keanu Reeves and or other people. It does not have to be John Wick. I appreciate John
How about
Wick.
Jane Wick?
But there's female assassins in this universe
Oh,
that they
yeah?
could totally bring into a story and
The
follow
mute
them
chick,
instead.
But you don't know about her.
There's
Actually, I think
Pew,
they
pew,
figure out
pew,
their
pew,
code.
pew.
When they say "see you later,"
oh yeah.
it's they're dead. They're gone. They mean "see you later" somewhere else.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but I'll watch that movie.
But that's what I mean, like and I'm excited for that show where it's like we get to see a little bit more of like
The hotel,
the
though.
hotel
But
piece.
you're not supposed to do anything in the hotel.
No guns, right? That's my understanding.
No, you can have the guns. You cannot kill
No
anybody.
killing in the
No.
hotel, but there's other things that happen within the hotel and with like again, there's an underground universe of deal making and things going on, which could make for a really interesting show without raising the budget, because you can have two people that are essentially like, do you want to take this outside? Because if we do, we know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And again, how does the currency work? Because
Is that never ever really explained?
You don't know the value of it.
So
Because he pays in different.
I need a night in the hotel.
Here's 3 coins.
Coin goes to the bar. I've got the drinks, and they've had like 2 martinis. Coin, and I'm like, them's is expensive
almost
martinis
like
or really
one-
cheap rooms.
It's almost like one favor or one
Yes.
thing is 1 coin.
Yes.
Huh.
So it almost feels like.
Yeah. So, but again, the system itself is cool that it's
And they elaborate on the second one, even where now you have your blood oaths.
yes, there are
Yes.
blood oaths in the second one. So like,
They get introduced, and it's
yeah,
what the hell.
and it's its own separate like. There's a token that you get as a blood oath.
Is there like a coin collection thing? It's like-
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know how he keeps finding these.
The coins.
Yes,
He's got them hidden everywhere.
apparently.
Well, because the second one, it's a safety deposit box.
In the first one, it was.
In the first one, he's got it under.
Yeah.
He's got 8 billion in the ground because clearly he's killed a bajillion people.
Baba
Yaga.
Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga.
But that's the piece. Is like
And that Baba Yaga thing really comes out in this third one where he does a disappearing act all the time.
good.
Baba Yaga.
But yeah, the second one, legitimately, this guy hands him another thing, going like, "You owe me a blood oath, and you can't say no because you're back in the game now." Like,
Oh.
welcome back, John. And it's like,
You gotta do this for me.
and then he goes like to the guy who runs the hotel, essentially going like, you know, can I get out of this sort of thing? Nope, it's a blood oath. Like, ya hoop, man.
You do it or you die because you.
Oh, that's
Boom! Like, you do it, or this guy has the right to
Kill you.
you, and we can't stop him.
But
And
what
it's
if I
just-
kill him?
You can't. Again, he'd get in trouble. That's the piece. Like, once he completes the blood oath, fair game. So as soon as that oath is met,
Listen, yeah.
cool. Until then, he's got to stick to that piece. That's the second movie, essentially, is like he
Oh.
has to meet that blood oath, and it's like, this universe is insane.
Then you find out how big the universe is at the end of it.
Does Thanos come in at some point in time? That's what the level on.
There's
I'll
no
do it
snapping.
myself.
I'll do it myself.
He does everything himself.
He does do everything himself. If John Wick was against the Avengers, Endgame would have ended very differently. Especially because none of them
I
would have
don't
known
know.
what to bang, 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 bang,
Based off
bang,
his last
bang.
3 movies, he likes to do those kung fu and all that.
Yeah,
Tai Chi, I think he does.
it's a mix of
But he's also really good in the range.
Well, he has really embraced the action person
because
because
it's fun.
well, and he does.
I've
and
seen him
like I
in
said,
the-
he does the he actually does the and is
Yeah.
very into it.
I've seen the behind the scenes for the John Wick of him like doing action sequences between the range shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Why would you not want to do that? It's like that's the coolest.
You're becoming John Wick.
You have been typecast into this role. Why not just embrace it?
Yeah, but they've got what's it called coming out? Bill and Ted's like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He'll do those once in a while.
Bill and Ted's.
I don't
That's
need-
a different story.
I haven't even seen that.
I don't
original
need
one,
Lake
so
House.
I don't know.
I don't need
Never
Lake
seen it
House.
either. I've never seen it either.
I don't
There's
need
a
Lake
couple
House
of
Keanu Reeves. Lake House Keanu Reeves. Whatever.
I forgot about that movie
He's
until
in
just
a-
now.
He's in a Netflix movie. That you're always my maybe.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he plays himself.
Perfect. I'm fine with that too. I don't need like
It's a rom-com though.
but I don't need romantic comedy Keanu Reeves actor. Keanu Reeves can continue to do stupid comedies and amazing action films, and I'm happy.
I forgot about Lake House.
Where they put the letters in the
Yeah, it's a time travel.
time traveling.
I like the
traveling.
concept behind it, but I think the entire thing was just dumb. Anyways,
Well, that's because it's again Keanu Reeves in it. You know,
Yeah.
romantic.
Go see it.
film.
Definitely. That was a Mother's Day gift too.
Yeah,
My
it
mom
was.
there. She likes the series.
Cause it's amazing.
sure. Not because
see
it's
it.
Keanu Reeves.
Go see it.
Oh, are we talking about John Wick or like
John Wick.
Okay, good. I was talking about the Lighthouse or whatever.
Lake House.
Lake House.
John Wick.
No, John
No,
Wick.
John
I
Wick,
do- I
amazing
do-
series.
That is on my list. Maybe I'll just find it.
John Wick 3.
Or
2 and not 3.
Oh yeah, you gotta find 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2's worth watching because again, fun and lots of shooting.
nonstop. Well, no, I wouldn't say nonstop, but
It's pretty nonstop.
it has
Mortal
to
Kombat
have
style
the
like
story,
just keeps
though.
going.
It's John Wick does that lovely thing.
It almost
of,
dives into his past a little bit too when
bit.
he was in 3.
Baba
Yeah,
Yaga.
a little bit even more.
Mini Baba Yaga.
like it's always funny when you talk
No flashbacks.
when you teach about
They
like
talk about it.
storytelling, and it's always driven me nuts how storytelling's always been that stupid pyramid of like rising action climax, you
Yeah.
know. And I'm like, if you watch any movie or read any book nowadays, it is hey and yes, the big action's still at the end, but like John Wick is whoop.
I wouldn't even say the final fight
Yeah.
or like the final gun battle was
Climax,
even a
it's supposed
final
to be the
gun battle.
resolution though.
But no, like, I wouldn't even say
Yeah.
that was the big one because there was a pretty big
But yeah,
one before that.
John Wick raises the bar at the beginning, like at least 2,
Okay.
like ramps up right into action.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Stays there, drops a bit because you got to get some story,
Yeah.
but it's still like you're like intrigued by what's going on because there's not a lot of story, like just
No,
enough
no,
to keep
no.
you like ooh,
The story is very.
shallow.
You question why some people did,
Sure,
which I think it would be the issue in the Dark
ramp
Knight.
up to action again.
Phoenix just goes this.
Yeah, but it'd be like, why did they do that?
Yes.
Yeah,
No, it just keeps going down. The will of those actors in that movie does not look high.
I would hate to be on that X-Men press tour right now.
I think they're done.
The press tour?
Yeah.
No, like there is still like new stuff coming
Disney-
out of IGN and all.
The
of
Marvel
that stuff
Studios
right
had a
now.
red carpet,
They have to have a red carpet.
but now that it's theirs, they can do a red carpet for it. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh man, you guys were just doing Endgame a couple months ago. Seems
we're in
like-
the end game now, by the way, of it catching up to Avatar.
I know. How much more do we
Like
need?
70 million the last
That's
I
all.
checked, which for something like that's not a lot of money.
But it's just the more things that come out, it's harder and harder.
Yes.
Harder and harder.
We are $66 million
Does
away.
that count? Does that count home video sales or
No, this is box.
has to be
office.
box office? Okay.
We
Cool.
we are that many box offices away.
Yes,
Excellent.
That is all I've done.
There you go. That's quite a bit. We're good. Movies are a thing.
Yes.
Well, especially John Wick.
Oh, we
Excellent.
didn't mention it in the news, but The Good Place is ending
And
after
if-
season 4, but it is the choice of the show creators,
Yes,
so
the-
that's
and-
where the final ending is going to be.
I think they, after they were renewed on season 2 or something, they had the plans for the ending anyways. It's like How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
They wrote an ending.
And that show needs an ending.
Yep.
So
Oh,
it's
whoa.
good.
If that show ended on a cliffhanger, I think people would riot. It would be like Brooklyn Nine-Nine levels of rioting.
Either way, that's that. That's what we've been playing. That's what we've been watching. That's what we've been doing.
Thanks for joining us on the show. We'll see you guys next time.
Yes. Same bad time, same
Bye.
bad channel. Check out barrelrollnews.com. Bye.